Everyone, we're live. Thank you all so much for your patience.
Woo!
How are we doing today?
Doing great, John.
Let's
It's a good Saturday.
It is a good Saturday. I'm feeling hyped. I'm gonna gush about my shit real quick because I've been deflecting. Guys, I went to a wedding in Colorado. I told the other two groups, just save it. I'll tell you guys later. This is the time I'm telling you. I went to a nice place. It was called Lake City. It was in a great, glorious valley, like a massive gulch, surrounded by mountains. Oh my god, cedar trees, their leaves were bright yellow, dull orange. It was a magnificent view. My middle school friend named Sam got married to the love of his life. Only her family was there. Only his friends and dad was there. It was just a great old time. There was nothing to do, and I wrote an entire book on the way to and from this fucking wedding. It was great.
You wrote a book or you read a book?
I wrote a book. 19 chapters, each one between like 5,000 to 6,000 words. I was cranking them out. Where's the fucking laptop? I went out, bought a laptop, and just fucking went to town.
What's it about?
That is entirely interesting.
Don't worry
Is
about
it
it.
a fan fiction?
It's always a fan fiction.
Is it Castle Power? Can we read it?
Is it a romance fan fiction?
When is it not a romance fan fiction? Thatch, who is being played by Shadow, how are you?
Yes, I am good. I had a nice 2 weeks off. I was sick for most of it. I'm not sick now.
Nice.
So I'm very excited.
Oh my
I
god.
also went to a wedding myself last weekend. Lesbian weddings are the best fucking parties you've ever been to.
Yes,
it was
they
amazing. I had a
Damn
blast. Oh my god, it was such a good time. And the couple was super happy. Like, my wife's friend from college got married, and I've seen her better a couple of times before this. I've never seen her happier than she was that day. It was
Oh my
a beautiful
God.
sight. Great.
Paradigm, who is being played by Alden, whose real name is currently unknown. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great, John. I just woke up from a post, haven't slept in 2 weeks now.
Oh shit. Same.
I've been in Indiana for 2 weeks, working 14 hours straight every day, just so Navy SEALs can shoot bullets at stupid nothings.
Stupid nothings.
Yeah, they
Well,
shot a pig and then they had to suture it up and then nurse it back to health. Dude, the military is a fucked up place.
Holy fuck, that is going in the raid team's
It's
itinerary from now on.
Literally,
Corley!
one day they fucking stabbed it, they had to stitch it up, take care of it, and then once it was better, they shot it and did the same.
Jesus Christ, this poor pig.
Wow.
Ah.
I thought it was a joke when I heard about it in boot camp.
Coraline, who's being played by JC, getting a sneak peek into America Land. How are you doing? You look a little terrified now.
No, it's doing good. Was suffering from D&D withdrawal last Saturday, so I threw together a little game for a couple of the
Yeah.
political team players, plus KJC and who else was there? Vale, yeah.
Oof. Good players. I'm glad you guys all had fun without me. I'm
We
a
did.
little bit jealous, because KJC was telling me some things right before I left on... Oh my god, hair, get out of my eyes. And I've only heard good things about your game. Where's the recording?
We laughed, we cried, nobody died. I was sad.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Antoine, who's being played by Temer, coming live from... God, what is happening here?
It's 3D vision.
Oh my god, it's blinding. What's going on, dude?
Well, let's see if I could make it a bit different, nicer.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. With the
Glitter
commands
dust.
in the chat can change his lights, everybody. Tamer, tell us a fun fact about what you did last week.
I played JC's game and it was fun. It was good. We were able to suss out a little mystery we were wondering, and now I'm ready for kicking it again. You know, with you guys. I'm
Nice.
sad that probably next week the show will be a little bit more American. That we could can go
Well,
on
don't
to that.
spoil it just yet. Brood, who's being played by Seaver, how's it going?
It's pretty good. I'm learning that online classes should be online classes and teachers that make you do hands-on work. Man, you're on my shit list. You can be a really nice lady. She is. But today I learned how to draw like a 2-year-old, then a 4-year-old, then a 6-year-old, and then I had to pretend that I had no arms. I drew like that. And these are all like things I had to do and take notes on, like IRL. I'm not reading from a book to answer. So
What class are you taking?
What the fuck?
it's,
Yeah, what?
Child art.
Disabilities
development.
drawing.
Child art and development. So like what children learn and how they learn through art from the ages of 0 to 6. So
Okay.
hands-on class for an online course. Very upsetting. All right.
I honestly don't know what to say to that.
Yeah,
And
you
finally,
Yeah, I got nothing either.
last but certainly not least, the person of honor of our show today, Helga, being played by Julia, and of course, the smiling balloon.
Yes, there he is. Taped
It
him
is
up
am-
for you guys.
How many
You
weeks
taking a
has
new
that
one?
fucking thing been here?
Oh, it's been at least 2 months. Yeah.
I think it's been here longer than I have. To be honest.
Gee. Yeah, that's
Older
quite
than
possible.
Thatch.
How's it going, Julia? Do you have news
Good.
for us that I haven't told anybody else, but you've already told your team about?
Yeah, I have to stop playing because of work, which sucks, but I'm here tonight.
The final night that we will have Julia here as Helga. Maybe not the last. We'll see of Julia. But it's just depressing. You've been here since the beginning, since session 1. We're on 25 now. Rest in peace.
It's been a long time. Well, rest in peace. Helga's not dying. Whoa, whoa.
Helga may or may not be dying. We'll never.
Finally going to medical school for real.
Or maybe Thatch just got her pregnant off screen.
Oh, well, we can do the mash. Wait, what? What the fuck?
Helga's
No.
19,
Is
dude.
it because they're both half orcs? Is that what you're saying?
JC
Yeah.
confirmed. I don't even know. We should do the mash thing. Well, we'll be like, Helga finally got accepted into medical school and is on an airship heading over. It's just like, the airship went down over the Sea of Thorazor. There were no survivors.
The landlocked Thorazor.
Someone throws a knife just at the floor.
Ends with like a memorial
Uh,
to like Helga.
yeah.
Picture, and then like loving memory.
Oh my god.
So sad.
All right.
such a downer.
Who wasn't here the week before? I think we had 2 absences between Brood and Julia as well.
They both
So-
gotta do it.
I think
It-
my going away present should be I don't have to do it.
That's
I was
fair.
gonna say this is our last chance to hear you do
But
one.
it's also the last chance you can do a recap, Julia.
No,
What do you mean, no?
I don't want to do it.
Then I guess it comes down to Brood. Brood, what happened last 2 weeks ago?
Okay. So according to the mission report,
Oh no.
God.
Which is totally accurate, right? 100%.
Always.
Coraline secretly
Oh my
admits that
God.
Sever was right, which was nice. Secretly, so this doesn't actually happen, but they jump off the airship and they reach a building that they think is the place with the secret book, and there's a bunch of leeches just surrounding it, and they make kind of short work with it, I think, because Ajwa has a fireball. And allegedly that fireball was very, very obvious and brought a lot of attention to them. So then they tried to sneak around Monsieur Big Ball of Fire. Oh, I actually remember this part. Alright. Everyone is like, oh shoot, we made a big scene. Quick, someone cover it up. And Anshua starts the best impression of birds I've ever seen.
Caw, caw.
And he illusions some birds. And the team does the worst stealth check I've ever seen. But turns out that coincidentally, whoever came out to look hates birds way more than they hate unstealthy people. And so he fireballs the illusions, and Anshua makes some sad dying bird sounds. And so from there, you guys try and be a little bit sneaky. Let's see. I did not finish watching this VOD. There's a pack of rats that attacked you guys on a lifted drawbridge. So you guys,
there?
It's up there. We saw a pack of rats robbing and burning a building.
There you go.
And we waved at them and just
Yeah,
kept
we
going.
just said we just waved and went our separate ways.
Gave him
Okay,
2 thumbs up.
cool.
Yeah. It was
As,
real nice.
as one does, yeah.
You reached a tower called the Sanctum of Critical Thought. Okay, that seems like a cult. And the lock was very, very strong, incredibly strong, so powerful that even Coraline's amazing lockpicking could not get through it. But then Anshua got in anyway. Right?
Crowbar.
Yes.
Crowbar. There we
Actually,
go.
I just
And
beat the
got in.
door.
I'm pretty sure it was Paradigm beating the door down with his feet.
Everybody had a
Or was it
hand in that.
magical, but possibly the portal behind it. That's what I thought.
Gotcha. And they make it to the top, and there's an autobiography of Lychee Dan.
Nope.
Necrodan.
Not
The
leaking
the report says Lychee Dan, but it was
There is
Necrodan.
a Dan.
He is a
Dan.
Dan.
There's a lot
I
of
mean,
Schmitty.
Coraline's reports are like 98% accurate. We'll
Yeah.
give her that one.
Yeah,
Something's
I've
gotta
only
Okay.
made 2 mistakes so far according to this report.
She was very
Okay.
distressed when she wrote this report.
Just found out she's losing her best friend.
Oof.
Oh, that's right. And there was a statue of a dragon, and I think something said "Don't touch it," right? And
Yes.
The caution sign.
There was a caution sign that said "Don't touch the dragon or the door," right? And then we decided to mage hand it for some reason.
Mhm.
And wouldn't you know it, the dragon turns into a copper dragon, which spews acid and slow smoke. And the team, realizing that there are only 4 out of a party of 6, book it. And I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, you guys swam away as fast as you could? Do you guys jump into the water?
We didn't swim.
No, we threw your ass in the water. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, the swimmer is dead according
No,
to this.
we caught a ride on the airship out, and that's where we left.
Sever's dead. Well, I think that was a lovely recap. John is going to take it from here. It is the 10th of May. You guys are on the Judgment of Longing, hanging out in the hold as Irithyll takes you all the way back to Tolst. And if you want, we can skip all the way to Tolst. But I feel like someone wants to do something on the
Oh
airship.
no, I want to gather the party together.
Alright, you gather the party. It's already there. John finds music.
Alright, guys.
This says it's called Corn Cob by Kevin McLeod, so... We're here.
Beautiful. Alright, guys, so when we get back to Tolst, don't tell the Tyrant or Ozark about the autobiography or the tower.
What
To him,
tower?
We're just gonna thank you. Perfect. This is all just a big failure. We got nothing out of this.
Why not?
I want to try and get Ozark to let me in on how someone becomes a lich and what happened if he knows anything about Necrodan. I want to see just how much he knows so that I can hold something over him.
I call Shadow. Or Shade, sorry. Shade.
Yeah. You call for Shade. The fun music stops immediately as Shade, his little shadowy silhouette appearing in your periphery, Antoine. Nobody else sees him. It's just you.
I say, Shade, out of curiosity, could you, like, go to the other side of the ship? Why?
What? Why did you call for me?
I called you just so that I know that you're around.
All right, I'm leaving. And he
Bye.
leaves.
Did
Talk
any
to
of
my
us
crew.
just hear him talking to Shade?
Of course, yeah. It's
Oh.
a super audible
Damn it,
thing.
Joa. We're trying to keep
Joa.
this secretive.
That was genius. Now he won't hear anything else that we're saying because he's annoyed that we fucking called him out. Paradigm, go.
That was it. That was my plan. I just want to see if I can get some leverage on Ozark.
If it's Ozark you want leverage on, why not tell the tyrant that you want leverage on Ozark?
Because telling the Tyrant is as good as telling Ozark.
They're not super close friends. If anything, Ozark hates the tyrant.
Yeah, and he's also his dad. And probably like the main advisor or some shit. Have you not noticed that everyone in that court hates each other anyway? They still talk to each other.
Yeah, that's called politics.
Doesn't matter. They're still gonna share information that they decide is viable to share with each other. We gotta be secretive sometime. We can't just be our little checker pieces on the board for them.
When are you gonna talk to Ozark?
Only when we're done talking to the Tyrant.
Okay, you have a day
Why?
because I'm gonna tell my dad.
Well, I think you just need to choose your words carefully.
Despise your weird things that are going on. You ruined our plans.
What is ruined by our plan? When the tyrant asked us what we were able to accomplish in the City of Blinding Lights, we can tell him that it was an utter failure. We came away with nothing, which is the truth.
He just said he was gonna tell him. I point at it. As
Sure.
if he's
If the
not
tyrant
listening.
asks you specifically about liches and crazy buildings of cult followers, you can tell him all about it. What I don't want to happen is to have everybody know about this and Ozark send 14 teams down here to take this away. Because that fucking dragon and I have a reckoning that's going to happen at some point. I want to go back.
Oh,
I was
God.
not happy with how that went down.
There's a slight issue. There's no airship terminal anymore.
That's fine. And nobody else is flying in there unless they have their own ship.
That just means we got to get Irithil on our side.
It was not very convenient to have her with us this time.
I don't know. I liked her style.
You know, Paradigm, this is where I think you are actually kind of good. You were had a rapport with her because basically she could use you, you could use her. I don't like that woman. I don't like her. I don't like what she did last time, and I don't like her like shooting her thug, shooting me. But you yourself, you are actually quite buddies with her. I don't think we should lie to the tyrant. I don't think we should lie to the tyrant. Say that loud.
Are you trying to get me in trouble?
Well, then we don't lie to the tyrant. We just be careful about how we describe our mission.
It
And
was
if
an utter
the-
failure anyway.
You can lie without lying, Angela. Paradigm.
Maybe.
When we meet with the tyrant, you lead the discussion.
Oh God. Okay.
This is your plan. I will back you on it.
But didn't
Alright,
you say the book only has I will kill him? Ooh, I will kill him over and over. Doesn't seem
The forward
valuable
is
in his
the main
elite.
thing I want to ask questions about, and I'm not sure. I want to see if Ozark knows about it before I just show him the book.
Necrodan wasn't that much, not that well of a writer, I think, you know? A lot of emotion, but, you know, there's more words than I will kill him in that language, English language, you know?
I
But
want to
hey,
see if Ozark even knows about the Bog Wizard, and then how the Bog Wizard killed him.
Oh, you said Necro Dan. I thought it was Lychee Dan.
No, Lychee
There are too
Dan
many
is your-
Dans in this world.
Lychee Dan is your whole spiel.
What have you done to conquer the worm recently, Coraline? Alright, we are skipping
I
ahead.
had one pretty good the other day.
Is there
We
anything
returned
anyone
Toast.
wants to do or say to anybody in private before we fast forward you 26 hours, 28 hours? Back.
I want to steal 1 gold coin from Irithel, if I can.
What?
Like from her specifically, or like go to a chest nearby and take a
Chest
gold
nearby.
coin? Yeah, you can just
is
take
that
a
an
gold
option?
coin.
I want to talk to Irithel.
Helga, Brood, or Sever, excuse me, Satch.
Antoine, did you do that in a way that no one else would see it, or like would I have seen you do that?
I would have done it in a way that,
Pink Panther.
like you know, hiding myself. Like I wouldn't have done it like, you know, with everybody watching me. Like that's not how you should steal. Like
Okay, then if I don't know that you did it, then I don't have it.
I think if Paradigm wants to go talk to Irithil, I would love to accompany him.
Okay.
But other than that, I have nothing.
Does anyone else wish to go and speak with Irithil on her command deck, excluding Coraline, because she is not allowed near any control console at all?
No, Coraline's making sure to stay 30 feet away from the bridge, as
Okay.
as ordered.
Sever, you want to say hello to your best, most loyal friend?
Time ever.
Best to switch.
She's
What am I
basically
gonna-
your sister if you think about it.
I'm gonna tell Paradigm. Hold on. If you're gonna go see Irithel, there's something that you should know. She's been trying to get pregnant, and so if you can maybe work that as a bargaining chip, I'm sure everything will work really well. But then I just walk away.
I stare at the frog as he
Is-
walks away.
What?
insight check. No,
I will never let you insight check another player.
just let it ride. Let that ride. Let that.
No. I go. I'm going to talk to Irithil.
You go and talk to Irith. Man, that actually winded me. Oh my god, I was like drinking water. I'm like, oh fuck. Out of
Little
left
did the
field with
frog
that
know,
one.
Paradigm is not able to have children.
Boy, is he beautiful.
The whole
Paradigm.
point of this conversation is that we don't tell people things that they don't need to know.
Paradigm and
I think that goes
Thatch.
right over Paradigm's
my
head. Anyway,
Paradigm and Thatch clamber up to the deck, go to the command bunker that sits upon it. It is a beautiful night as you guys fly north and northeast. Soon you will be above the red wastes, but right now you're still in the lush southlands of the continent of Klovisa. You make it there. It's nightfall, but everyone is awake. Everyone's kind of wired after the raid that took place there. So, you arrive. The shipmaster, Irithil, is at her position overlooking her crew. Her captain's giving out small orders, but right now everybody knows what they're doing. It's kind of like, we're just going. You arrive on deck. Someone announces you, like, "Hey, Chuka!" And, you know, in their weird tongue. And Irithil turns her head.
Hello, Irithil.
Yes?
I just wanted to let you know. I don't know exactly what this was, but well,
It was
You
a
know,
success, she says, laughing loudly.
Did you ever hit any of those other locations that I pointed on your map?
No,
Oh.
those were bonus objectives. We didn't feel
Ah.
it necessary to pursue them.
Well, if you ever need people to lead you directly to the most valuable treasures of whatever you're raiding, keep us in mind. We'll happily go with you to raid anything you need raided.
Are you trying to get in good with me, Mr. Paradigm?
Yup.
It's working, she says. Smiling
Damn
a
Skippy.
malicious snarl. Anything else?
That was all. Just think of us when you go out raiding next. I'll lead you directly to what you probably desire.
Okay. She looks at Thatch, who is just escorting Paradigm, or what's Thatch doing here?
When she looks at me, I'll be like, oh, I just wanted to take another look at your command deck.
Ah.
It's very impressive. I was going to ask you if your raid was a success, but you already answered that, and I'm happy for it.
Well then,
Good fortune to you.
Appreciate
get
your
some
time.
rest.
And I'll just waltz out. I'll horse-like.
I'll follow behind, immediately looking to Paradigm and saying, that went perfectly. Well done.
That went way better than I thought.
Mm-hmm. Take advantage of this relationship whenever we can.
She witch cackled and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Paradigm prances back down to the hold, and
I'll punch him in
assume
the shoulder and be like, you're in like Flint, buddy.
I'll punch him back in the shoulder.
this is the most awkward friendship I've ever seen. Next thing I know, Thatch is gonna be like, hey, I found a saddle. And you're gonna be like, yeah, man, hop on.
No.
He's one size category too big for Paradigm.
This is true.
You all may return back to Tolst after a short rest if you wish to take one.
Oh, absolutely.
I kept track of my 2 absentee players' resources, I believe, during our last foray into the City of Blinding Lights. So, Sever, Helga, if you wish to mess around with that at all, by all means do so. Just so everyone remembers, I rolled like a fucking god last time we played.
Helga
I just want everybody to
was the
remember.
boss.
Oh,
Julia,
I'm
we're
go-
gonna miss you because Helga was the only one who's a boss in that fight. Everybody else got like destroyed.
Yeah, but Helga only ever rolls well when I am not here.
it's sad but true. I've got this affinity for warlocks. That's all I'm gonna say.
And wizards.
I just like
And any
wizards.
of your own creations.
I respect my own creations.
They're
Now,
not players.
you all arrive back in Tulsa 28 hours after you set off, so it is the wee hours of the morning. A time period most of you guys skip out on because you're usually too exhausted. You're either taking off during this time or before this time and on the road, or in the airship as it were, or just plain on sleeping through this time. And you now get a interesting view of the Tyrant's Court in the early dawn. And you're kind of all surprised by the activity that comes, or is spectated. Where's my city music? As you arrive in the court, a lot of people are moving about the glade, or the courtyard, the garden, as it were. People are in meetings, casually talking, eating bagels and drinking coffee, looking at the sun that's beginning to rise, even outside the tyrant's great melting wall and lava moat that looks rather comically insidious. And as you all disembark, Sever probably is feeling a little bit of a time crunch.
This is early morning and not night, right?
Yes, the sun is about to rise. It's in that, like, weird blue sky territory where it's like, oh shit, all the stars are gone. Day is truly about to begin.
John, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Where is the largest Denny's in Tulsa?
You mean Lenny's? It's somewhere in the city. I'm
Or the
trying to
K-hop.
find it.
Yeah, the 24-hour restaurant.
The Klovisa hop.
There you go.
The Klovisa House of Pancakes. That's what it
Oh,
is.
Jesus.
There you go.
It'd be
That
That's
taupe?
very large.
it'd be ECOP, International Confederation of Pancakes.
Jesus.
Wait, what's the fucking one that has the amazing potato pancakes? It's the old people one.
I don't like this
Sever goes to sleep then. I rolled hit dice. I go to sleep. I go to fucking inside that like deep dark place with my sarcophagus or my coffin. Go to sleep.
Alright. Sever rushes inside, outpacing the dawn, holding his coffin above his head, or dragging it on its little wheels. Blitzes past all the conversation, and you get within the tyrant's court itself, the grand antechamber, where the tyrant is holding a meeting, kind of like a press conference, really. There are small cameras. There are reporters holding recorders up, audio recorders, that is. But I suppose if you just want to go to sleep, you can.
Yeah, I'll go to sleep. I would love to stay here for this, but if I talk to the tyrant, there's a chance that I'm gonna mention what Paradigm wants to do. So I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. Everyone else can enter the garden, see all the people running about and talking about things. It is the... what, 12th now? Yeah, it's the 12th. The morning of the 12th. So I will take note of that. And there is, conversation going about. P returns. There we go. Apparently, and this is like military people only kind of information, a colony has been set up. The airship terminal to the south, south of Alcazan, is finally finished. And already airships are on the move to start ferrying supplies more and more to set that up.
Curiosity, John.
Yeah, what's
Do I
up?
see Synthelia there?
Synthelia?
Yeah. Maury's kid?
Oh, you are not in the courtyard, or in the court itself. You're in the courtyard. But who is
Gotcha.
Maury? Yeah,
I know her kid, but I don't know Maury.
that's
I
fair.
wonder if she knows Maury. Or if it's the
Good
typical
question.
absentee dad.
It's a good question.
That's it for news right now, but there will be more to come as you rest, maybe? I don't know what the plan is here, guys. The day is yours. You can go anywhere you want, really. There's nothing on your
guess we should
agenda at the
go
moment.
Report first if Tyrant's not too busy. Or he's still having his press conference, right?
You'll get into the court itself, and you will see, about 10 to 15 reporters and their crews just hanging around his throne area. He's sort of standing below it right now, just sort of in conversation with some people, but yeah.
And then again, this was kind of for Rozak, so maybe we should see him directly.
I think that sounds prudent.
Yeah, sure.
We look for an Ozark simulacrum.
Okay. Helga, anything you want to do? Or are you just tagging along?
No, I'll go with them. Yeah, I'll just go with them.
Okay. You all you know, take the first left you can, get into the court itself, away from the tyrant and the eyes, who would be probably trying to eavesdrop on whatever you brought up to his attention right then and there. And find an Ozark simulacrum. You find the young one, the 18-year-old kid version of Ozark, who looks like a dweeb but still carries the air of authority that a lich wizard would get. He's wearing his black silk robes. He still has the like crazy albino hair and, you know, old man Dumbledore Gandalf hairstyle that are just like clashing in a weird mix. But he is there and he greets you. Ah, yes, hello.
Hey,
Horse. Thatch.
Oh.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. We're on first name basis now. Paradigm. Sorry, we never really get to speak. I'm the young one.
I think the last time I saw you, you traded me for glue with my mother. Stepmother.
No, I thought that was the middle-aged one.
Was it? I don't know. You're all the same to me.
That's fair. Greetings.
But, mission was a complete failure. Yeah.
Nah. Okay.
Those Irithyll crashed into a building, then all the paladins were fucking decked
That sounds
out.
like...
They were just
Yeah,
throwing
that's
radiant fireballs willy-nilly into the mist.
Oh, wow. Clerics get to recharge their spell slots sooner now? Did I miss patch notes on our world? Do you know what a patch notes is? I play games because I'm the young one. He laughs really loudly. Come play Warlocks on the Cove with me next time. They're great. No? Alright. That's fine.
No.
Fucking nerd.
I'll play with you.
Hell yeah! He high-fives Helga.
Oh, do you mean seashells and Sahuagin?
What?
What?
Isn't that what this called?
At Coraline on the shoulder.
I think she's
I
going
understand what you're
crazy
saying.
ever since she hit on that kid.
You did what?
I did no such thing.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what they say whenever you fail a mission. You just gotta get back up on that horse, right?
Well, that does.
He laughs loudly.
I give him a high five this time.
Nice.
Does want to go back and settle a score, but I don't think we're ready for that yet.
Alright. Well,
Damn leeches.
anything you need from me?
Actually, since it is just you here, what do you know about becoming a lich? You know how the real Ozark became a lich?
Yeah. I am
What do you do?
Ozark. I became the best wizard in the world. Paradigm.
That's all it takes. You just need to be the best at something.
No, there's a few more steps in there and in between, but until you're at that level, what's the point in telling you?
You know how Necrodan became a lich?
He hesitates for a moment as he does a history check, I suppose. Rolling a natural 4, but he is a lich wizard. I wonder what his modifiers even are with history. He's lived through it. I don't think that was relegated to my memories particularly. You'd have to ask probably one of the older ones.
You know where one of the older ones is?
Dude, we're everywhere, man. Just go look for one.
Old Ozark!
You find one
Open
just
the door and be like,
scurry-
Ozark!
scurrying on the walls, exorcism style. His neck twists down to look at you. It's like, what?
Hey, old Ozark. You know how
What do you want?
Necrodan became a lich?
His neck just twists back to face the ceiling as he scurries onward. Clearly not
Cool.
wanting to engage in that kind of conversation.
Well, I found this book here. He just waves it around. It's Necrodan's autobiography.
Oh,
It
that must be
explains how he died.
insightful. Oh, does it?
Yeah. So I was curious how he became a lich if he's dead.
What do you mean? Witches are immortal, son. They can't die.
He was killed.
Yeah, so? Doesn't mean you die.
I think it was before he became a lich.
Look, man. Becoming a lich is a very arcane thing that is not, like, a set pattern of, like, you do X to get to Y and then hit Z and boom, you're a lich now. Right? Like, for me, I just had to become the lich wizard and take up this teaching gig so that I could fulfill that role. Necrodan, to my memory, is the Lich of Undead. Or Lich of Undeath? Or, you know, I'm not too sure what he kind of, his domain is. As a, you know how clerics have domains? We're kind of in a similar ball game, as it were.
So he's the best undead in the world?
Assumedly. I don't know.
Best at
Fuck.
not dying. Well,
I'm not
he-
the one who goes to the Lich Moots, guys. That's
Yeah.
up to Ozark Prime.
Well, do you know anything about a bog wizard?
A bog wizard?
Yeah.
I need to fucking find out. Yeah. Is he trying to, like, steal my branding here? I'm Ozark, man.
No, he killed Necrodan.
He killed Necrodan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't sound like what a
And
bog wizard would
Necrodan
do.
now harbors an unbridled grudge against him. I hold up the, what was it, 15-pound book? All 15 pounds of this book is just him writing, I will kill him in different languages.
One might call it an eternal grudge.
Well,
You wanted to know how Necrodan thinks he can kill an immortal. What if this bog wizard is also an immortal?
is that what Ozark Prime wants now?
You guys don't even have cohesion within your ranks.
It's not
Confused
like
me
we're
talking
a-
to all of you.
We're not a network or a hive mind, guys. Like, I'm a simulacrum. You know how odd it is just to have a conversation with you fucking mortal fucks?
Let me know when you figure that out, because that would be very useful. A hive mind thing.
I thought Ozark could
okay.
hear and see everything you could hear and see.
I'm sure he can. But I have access to scrying too. It's not like a... like, oh yeah, we meet every fucking Sunday or whenever the hell it is to detect thoughts each other to see what information needs to be conveyed, but... Look, I'm teaching the grade school hunters how to, like, throw a knife. It's not like... I'm not being utilized to my fullest potential, guys. That's all I'm saying.
If we've got some time off, I'm pretty good at that. That could help.
He shrugs. Disinterested. Unfazed.
I was just curious how much you knew about Necrodan.
Okay.
I don't think this is going anywhere, Paradigm.
No, evidently not. It never does. I don't know
Anyway,
why I
next
try.
Thursday, tomorrow, we're doing Warlocks on the Cove, if you want to join
I
us.
walk out of the room.
Alright,
Yeah.
I like do that thing with my hooves where I like kick dirt at him.
Yeah, you hit the clean cobble, trying to unshake some dirt from your horseshoes.
Ozark, Carling takes out a bundle of broken tools. Is there any way you could magically fix these? They were damaged during our mission.
Yes, it will take me exactly 60 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, he casts the mending cantrip. They are mended.
Yes. Save 25 gold.
Found a use for the simulacrums
You don't have-
finally.
Oh, thank you. These meant quite a bit to me. I'm glad to have them
yeah,
back.
it's no big deal. Alright, well, that's all you need.
Yes, goodbye.
Yep. He waves goodbye. If Helga stays, he gives you information on where the game's being held. It's apparently in the archive, in like one of the cleared out sections. They just like have this big long table that's normally used for like group reading and research and bullshit like that, but every Thursday afternoon they hijack it and just sort of play a fucking shitty role-playing game.
Sweet. If the team's not busy tomorrow, I'm going to play that.
Oh, where the
going away
fuck
party.
did I...
She's playing Wizards at the Cove.
Oh, fuck. The day is
You guys
yours.
can't hear what's happening outside.
I assume we are too.
So, I asked for the autobiography book back to put in with my collection of wizard books,
Yeah.
and I head off to where the blimps, the station, I suppose, where Smitty is, where the blimps are.
Where's Smitty at? Smitty
I
is
assume
currently...
he's in the garage, right?
Yes, there is a vehicle bay, which can be accessed by anybody in, who has access to it, which is you guys. And that's normally where, like, armored cars and armored personnel carriers get lifted down to the big curtain wall outside of Tulst, if we want me to drag us there real quick to look at it. This great big perimeter wall has an elevator that leads on the north side of a Pillar of Authority all the way down, and from there there's another one that, would normally lead into forest and woods, but currently there are an agricultural effort taking place out there. But yeah, you can go there, definitely.
My goal is to find my way there, have a look around, to find out everything I can about just accessing it. And
Anyone in the court could go there. It's like a big
Great.
garage door. Yeah.
I want to take a look at who's working, when are they working. I want to take a look at where they store the blimps.
Oh, you're looking for airships. Okay.
Airships, yes. Airships.
Yeah, so there's a jetty here on the side of the Pillar of Authority. I think 3 jetties at this point. But right now, all of the airships are gone. They don't dock here all the time. This is kind of like a layaway, where it's like a private airstrip, really, for, airships that the Tyrant has direct control over. Or, his followers do, and, ultimately he does as well.
Okay. And there's no thing stationed there at all, right?
No. It's normally like a drop-off point. Like, Irithil is there right now, if that's what you care about. She currently
I'm
has
looking for, in particularly, Igor's airship. Is it in is it in Tulst or is it in Alkazan?
You don't know. It's not there, physically.
It's not physically there.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Why?
start
Why are you
asking.
looking for Igor's airship?
Why am I looking for Igor's airship?
Yeah,
Well-
Antoine has no real connection to Igor at all, right?
Well, he took
like-
away 1 wisdom point from me.
Yeah,
So-
that's like it, though. Why would you go and seek that fucker out? He's just gonna siphon more of your intelligence, right?
Wisdom. Yeah. He would, in
Eos,
fact.
Eos stats an arm wrestling match.
True.
I'm sniffing around to see
Antoine's
exactly
mad
where his
about
airship
that
is.
briefcase mission.
I'm not
Okay.
quite mad about the briefcase mission, but I do want to see where the airships are kind of held. In particular, if I could find his airship.
John is going to ask you if this is an Antoine thing or a Temer thing. because no one knows what's on his airship except for that crew and the Tyrant. So if this is
Okay,
like
so
a
then that's-
meta level
that's
of
over.
like,
Then
John, I
then
want to
it's
steal
over.
his money because he's more successful in it. Then I'm gonna have to respectively tell you to fuck off and calm down.
It's not
What if we just
stealing
want
his
their
money because
airship?
he's more successful. But yes, it's stealing his money. That is exactly
Okay.
what it is.
Wow.
We're not jealous of them. We're angry they're not suffering any consequences.
As much as I love metagaming, I'm never gonna let players steal from another player, unless it is, willing and doing
Funny.
that is cringe. And
Guys, in a few levels, we'll have
It-
our own like demi-plane mansion.
yeah.
Few levels.
Sure.
Like 9.
So, with Antoine's meta quest now fully completed, he may subtract 200 experience from himself. And
I have something I'd like to be doing.
yes, let's
That's
hear
alright.
it.
I'm looking for any further reports from Alcazan. From, I believe it's
Maru.
Maru?
Moru.
Maru.
Oh.
Sorry. Apparently I cannot write appropriate things because we were promised another report on the mushrooms in about 2 weeks. And I'm looking for more information. Is this directly affects stores or my home?
Is my family mushrooms?
Yeah.
You will have to ask someone related to that. It's not just like, oh, here's a self-published thing about this crazy fucking fungus we found. They gave the first one to you kind of out of like, I mean, you collected it and you had interest then, but then you guys went on like 2 other missions or something. So who do you go and ask?
Well, if I would first look for Just Meza, who has been our contact through this area.
Is she gone?
She may be gone. But if she is gone, I'm going to look for anybody else who may have contact with...
She's
Okay.
not gone. She's not gone at all. Because something has changed with her.
Her sister's gone missing. Rembrandt finally got to her.
Yes.
Is anyone going with Thatch when he speaks about this fungus that that is among us?
I'll go with that.
Did he ask anyone to go with him?
I mean, after we left, I would have probably said that I'm going to look for more information on the mushrooms that we found.
Okay.
Probably
then
would
I'll
have.
go
I
with
probably
you.
would have asked somebody if they know how to find Just Meza, because I don't know enough about Tolst yet.
Oh god, I know how to find anyone in this place.
Worst case, we should just go see the person that we delivered the mushroom samples to.
Meza!
Just start yelling. You can go find Meza, who is... God, where would she be right now? It's early morning?
Room. Day drinking.
No. She's not an alcoholic.
She was the last time we saw her.
She was an alcoholic then for good reason. You will find her kind of hanging out in the court itself, in the courtroom. She's not like talking to anybody, but she's hanging out near the throne, kind of near the bodyguard, being present and visible with the tyrant. But by then, it's probably been... I mean, you guys went to talk to Ozark, you are chilling around, you probably ate breakfast at one point. So I'm going to say that the morning conference is concluded by now. And there's a small grace period before people start showing up to bother your boss. The 19-year-old tyrant, as it were.
Then I would probably walk up to Meza and ask her if I could have a word with her in private, away from the eyes and ears of everybody else.
She says no. You can speak with her there, in view of everybody.
As you wish. I'm looking for any more information from Moru on the incident that we had to the east in Destry with
Oh,
mushroom samples.
go speak with our political hostage. Or, I mean, our contact, excuse me. What's her name?
Ash, you're not alone anymore.
Food pun
wasn't it-
name woman, show up.
Beaches and cream?
Yes, beaches and cream. The stupidest dryad name Mez has ever heard.
Why, thank you.
This dryad shows up. Supernaturally alluring, but not to the point where it needs to be a check or anything. Wearing
rugs on.
regular clothes, not wearing rugs, exactly. She's not at that point in her life yet. She's like, hey, how's it going?
It's going well. We're looking for any more information that developed from the studies of Moru towards the mushroom samples that were returned.
Yes, there is kind of an update. We've figured out that it is more damaging to the environment to people, if that makes sense. We've done some tests on wildlife and fauna versus flora, and to my understanding, the fungus will infect and try to outproduce any flora that's in its environment. Survive, drain it of its nutrients and resources and food source, stuff like that. But for the most part, it is non-harmful to living creatures. We stuck our, rats and rodents and mice and rabbits. So many bunnies. But it did nothing.
It changed the pigs into pigmen.
Yes, that seems to be the one exception. We,
Just the pigs.
boars, specifically. Regular pigs, like domesticated livestock pigs, it had no effect on them. But wild boars turned them much more aggressive, and then given time, they would begin to mutate. It is very strange.
Imagine an army of bow boars.
Yes.
As an expert on flora and fauna, I'm sorry, continue.
We haven't fed it to any humanoids. We are probably never going to do that test, but the livestock that have, meta level, they have HP, like significant HP. Like, we threw in a grizzly bear just to see what would happen. And completely non-harmful. It seems that our energy shields, as it were, seem to protect us from any of that weird clinginess and grossness.
Wait, Corley, didn't it do some weird goopy shit to your hand? Turn your hands goopy and shit?
It just seemed to sprout on my hands. I didn't feel any pain or anything. It burnt off by, I want to say acid somehow?
It
Or
does
fire?
stick, it does cling, but it can't root on skin, on fur or hide. Maybe
You're
it's
eaten,
different
actually.
for people who lose energy shield health, who are damaged or maybe wounded. But for the most part, it seemed completely non-harmful.
Yes, I never got to that point. The stomach acid from the giant boarman seemed to eat away at it. It was gone by the time I crawled out.
It seems even like tomato juice can, just that level of acidity can knock it off a person.
Well, that's good to know. As an expert in flora and fauna, are there any large concentrations of wild boars anywhere in Klovisa?
Everywhere. They're
Everywhere?
an invasive species that are... Yeah, boars are insanely dense in forested regions, even in plains regions for the most part. But
This has a
Fucking
potential
swarm.
to continue to be a problem.
Luckily, the spirit beast population knocks them out, so you know.
There is that, I guess.
There's a boon to
Have there
that.
been
Whenever...
any more? Has there been any more incidents of these mushroom spores popping up anywhere else?
I don't know. I was not informed of that, if there were. I assume that's more along the lines that... And she, like, gestures to the court itself, like...
Well,
she is a
thank you.
vassal here and a political
You've been very
hostage. Yeah. No problem.
I sympathize. You've been very helpful. And then I will gather the team. Be like, well, team, what is our... Wait a minute, is it light enough that Sever is out, or is he still asleep?
I mean, you can wake him up. It's not like sunlight is in his room constantly, just
So it is
fucking
crypt and just have a
Sure.
conversation
Let's
in the
just
darkness.
Let's go have tea in Sever's crypt.
No one's gonna be able to...
Open the curtains. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Goes the light on so I can see my cup.
Yep. But like, all right, team. What is our next move?
Check
I
out
don't know.
Thorazor.
What's
I believe
available
you.
to us still?
We stopped in Thorazor.
Depends.
We stopped in Thorazor on our way to Destry to pick up the vampire temple. Thorazor is having its own problems as well. I think. Why does murder dwarves sound familiar to me? Oh, that's in Destry. Never mind.
Destry.
Yeah, Destry has murder dwarves.
Jesus.
I would very
Remember
much
the
like
greater
to-
chemical, the Fostium? Was
Well,
with the
that's
murder
what-
dwarves?
No, that's not in Destry. That's in that fucking crevice to the east of Forge of Alvin.
No, north of.
Been too long.
There's like a warlock. North of this warlock guy's place, there's a little place nestled in the mountains where a bunch of dwarves came and like killed everybody. And
You know, we could just ask the tyrant what's still available to us.
Okay.
Well, we have the Islands of Flavor. That's
We
one.
do.
There's slavery there going on, child slavery.
They are the richest place
I mean, there's
on the
child
continent.
There's, and I do believe, and I'm looking to Thatch, something going on in your hometown.
That
Perhaps
is-
you know more about it than us because you were just there when to
Yeah.
dig up the report, right?
Before we took this mission to go to the City of Blinding Lights, it was informed that Falzmalek who is the wizard advisor in Thorazor, had requested our team to perhaps solve a problem for them. And I imagine it's probably related with the mushroom issue that we clued them in on, where one of their cities was getting grain from Destry, the very grain that we discovered when we went searching.
Poor city.
No, I believe they caught it before the city was infested. But
Oh,
I
means that we're
imagine-
gonna go there.
I will, in character, not laugh, because I wouldn't laugh at my home city getting destroyed by us, but out of character, I'm laughing because it'll probably happen. And I will say, Thatch will say,
We didn't burn
Thatch will say,
anything.
I would very much like to look into this next, especially because it's a time-sensitive issue.
Well, if
I
you
could-
reward us, I'm down for it. Well, then again, we should probably just do good for the sake of doing good as well. Thorazor being in debt to Tolls would be a good thing as well.
Well, I
They
do
have
know
that.
that Tyrant's eyes are on the North. Anything that we can do as the political team to bring more of the North into the fold, or to strengthen any of that, directly strengthens Tolst. And we can't forget that Thorazor is the easiest place to pick up an airship. Maybe what we do can get us one step closer to getting airships to be available for our team. We all know that Airthil was a boon and benefit to getting us there fast, but not to getting us into where we wanted sneakily. Our own airship would do that for us.
These are key to making real money, though.
This
are
I
we-
don't disagree with.
We don't
Are
even
we
need
in
to
shape?
fight. They'll just break in.
Are we in good shape to go tomorrow or even today, or should we? I mean,
Looks at spell slots
I-
on his like
yeah.
wrist, his Apple wrist. I mean, grapefruit wristwatch.
Dragon fruit. Dragon fruit.
Dragon
can't-
fruit wristwatch. Yeah, I'm like
It's a lot of
halfway good.
buttons.
I can't go tomorrow. I've got this game that I'm playing with young Ozark.
And friends.
I got plans.
Who knows?
And
And
friends.
Oh, all right.
Schmitty's gonna be there. All the prominent names.
I would
Perhaps-
like a few, like a day or two for my spell slots. I wasted a lot of my spell slots in the last mission we did.
Perhaps we wait a day for your spell slots, and of course, Helga, for your game.
Thank
and
you.
then leave and explore the mission on the way. And if we need to rest more there to be ready, then we rest more there.
I would not be able to get very angry on this mission, but perhaps that would be a good thing.
Wait, you don't get rages back on short rest?
I don't have any more rages.
No.
Shit.
Just
I
don't
mean,
do any
Sever, your
combat.
spell slot should be good because we tried to pass without trace like 7 times last week and John wouldn't let us. So
That's true. I wouldn't. There was no
Nope.
point.
it is a good point, but it was funny for us.
I'm gonna
So
let
do we-
send a
Brood
message?
be as
I have
Brood. The player can spend his spells however he wants them. I go full conservative whenever I play you guys. So you
Oh,
wish to take a
also,
day off or 2 days off?
Another
technically?
deciding factor, maybe I have 1 healing left.
You get those on. Oh no, long rest.
Those are
Yeah.
long rest.
Calendar leaders once again.
We can wait 7 days if it's.
I'm worried that we can't wait 7 days with this particular
Yeah.
mission. So
That 11.
while
somebody
Helga
send a
won't
message?
be.
To see if is that time sensitive. Antoine, you said you had long distance communications.
We
Yes.
can just go talk to Tyrant.
talk to the tyrant and see if this.
He's literally upstairs.
I agree with Paradigm.
I was thinking if we could send a message to the guy we talked to
Also-
last time.
Yes.
I need a name, to send a message. I can't.
You've met
I'll
them.
go with
You know
Hammer.
who they
Met the
are.
guy.
He is
I don't
not.
understand. What's this? Who is this?
Balls Malek.
Antoine has not
What?
met him. It was
Oh,
Thatch,
that's
Helga,
right.
and Coralie.
He is right.
Oh, that's true. Oh yes, you weren't there. Sorry.
Picture. Like, let me describe him really deeply. Or
I mean,
Yeah.
is this a case where we split up and some of us go to Thorazor to go see
Oh,
about the
no.
mission while the others rest, or is that just another really bad idea?
Well, last
Well,
time we were
you
only
know.
gone like a day, so there was no point in
It's true.
splitting up.
I don't
If
need
we
like.
don't think we're gonna fight, we
Yeah.
might be okay.
We
Exactly.
can
Also,
always- when was
out
the
of
last
character,
time we
I-
weren't gonna fight?
I mean, out of character, I don't want to waste Julia's session by spending the next 45 minutes conducting a long rest either. I'd kind of rather go.
Short rest it is. We don't need to heal.
I've got.
Yeah,
Okay,
hit dice back.
it's true.
You got one what?
A hit dice left, but it's okay. We're gonna do this. I want to do this. Let's go. I can heal by biting people.
There you go.
I'm sorry?
Nothing? What?
You can heal the people you're biting, or you
What?
heal yourself.
I don't think that's what
What was the
works.
question?
So, to bring us on point, I think we asked, do we go to talk to the Tyrant about this mission for Falls Malek while Julia plays her game and Sever bites people?
I have one other thing that I want to do before we leave, but we can talk about that later.
Okay, well, it is the 12th. The game is on the 13th, so you have at least this day to short rest. You can talk to the Tyrant himself later this night, or you could, he can delegate someone to listening to you and then do a relay thing. But I don't know how urgent you guys wish to speak with him. Can this wait, or is this
You can wait later in the day. I mean,
Oh,
we're not
definitely
leaving till
wait.
tomorrow
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
okay?
Before we leave.
Anything anyone wants to do during the day of the 12th?
Coraline's gonna
Uh,
go buy another set of thieves' tools.
Okay, yeah.
I'm upset.
Helga, what do you want to
I would like to go see if it's possible to rewrite my entrance exams for medical school.
What do you mean rewrite?
I mean, I failed them last time, so I want to see if I can take it again.
He wants to try and re-enroll.
Yeah.
It's the middle of summer right now. When do...
Send her to Gloopty and fucking Forge of Alvin.
That's for magic and sorcery, not medical training.
Oh, she was never going to that either.
I don't know when doctor enrollment would occur in my world. Here, I assume you can try again to get into like a specific school. If that's what you really want to do, yeah. Start hitting the books, I guess. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? You go and start looking for applications, and then you're like, wait, did I sign a military contract? Who cares?
What are they gonna do, stop you?
Yeah. Okay. The night will come. You guys will all be gathered together once more, this time in the beautiful, lively snack room. Now with a blood packet just sort of sitting next to the bananas. That has like tape written on it that just says for Revit. And then it's crossed out and then sever.
They just took off the tape and reversed it and put it back on.
No, they just put the blood pack upside down.
There you go. But like the R is capitalized and the C is lowercase. The tyrant will soon arrive. Is there anything you guys need to speak with, or should we fast forward?
Hey, Paradigm. You think there's any blood in that? Do you think there's any cocaine in that blood packet?
There's none.
Eyes widen.
There's
And
none.
he looks at his cocaine vial and looks at the blood pack and thinks,
There's-
if I just pour it in there,
Dude.
this is how it does it, right? And then presumably Sever just fucking tears into the blood packet before I can take it.
I don't know.
Anyway, the tyrant arrives.
The tyrant arrives, cueing my music perfectly as you say that. He kicks down the door. No, he opens the door like a normal person. His bodyguard shows up. Meza is there again. Notably. An Ozark simulacrum has not been summoned. The tyrant looks to you all.
Hey, Ty.
How's it going?
Did you know that the City of Blinding Lights doesn't have a seat of power?
What?
Yeah,
That
they don't
doesn't
have any
sound-
real power.
Huh. I did not know that, no. How went your mission? I heard it was a catastrophe.
Yep, absolute failure.
Alright. Well, I feel like I don't need to yell at you for that. So, we're gonna be super calm this meeting.
Wonderful.
Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah.
He looks at you for a very long moment. His brow just kinda going up a little bit.
Does he actually look calm?
Oh yeah, that's right, Coraline, you have your weird god sight.
That's sight.
No, he's actually in line. The illusion
Sorry?
his illusion seems to be in line with who he
Oh, okay.
is right now. Maybe a little more lifeless, but for the most part, his expressions are the same. Anyway, you guys are planning something? Is this an inquiry? Are you trying to ask me stuff? What's going on?
Well, what's still available to us now after catastrophe?
Available?
Yeah, is Thorzo still open?
We were aware that Falls Malek had a mission for us.
Yes,
Is that still available?
assumedly. You've only been gone like 2 days, right? 3, 4?
Yes.
I haven't been in
Do you have any-
contact with the man myself. I relayed.
Do you have any details on what this might? Nothing?
No, he wants to keep that private. It's more like a meet in Thorazor and talk to him kind of deal.
Are you at all worried that he is contacting us directly and not the hierarchy within Thorazor?
Well, there's a system of... No. I can't possibly be screening every single message myself. That would be insanity. Ozark, I entrust Ozark to deal with most of my intelligence gathering. He is the smartest one here. Although scattered at times, he says.
At times.
The consistency at which he knows things is sometimes annoying and irritating to deal with. Sometimes he knows a lot, sometimes he knows nothing, and sometimes he's clearly playing dumb.
Actually, do you know where Ozark Prime is?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
He's usually fucking about downstairs somewhere, trying to divine the future.
Do you have any airships available to take us to Thorazor tomorrow? Or do we need to secure civilian transport?
Well, no airships are going to Thorazor due to their whole war thing they've got going on.
Right.
Here,
How-
Phil.
Well, really,
Available,
no
I
airships are
smile.
going there anyway. What was that, Paradigm?
Is Irithyll available? And I'll give a grim smile.
I assume so. She's sticking out of Destry for the moment. Yeah, we can get someone to take you, I guess. If that's what you plan to do.
I think that is our plan.
Okay. We'll see what
I'm
we
sorry,
can
we
find.
probably could have done this with the functionary. Sorry to waste your time.
Yeah, kinda, but it's fine.
Good to see you, though. Glad you're
Hey.
doing well.
It's good to see you too, Thatch, he says. And now, Coraline, you can see the difference immediately. Where it's like, oh yeah, but Tyrant, he's super glad to see he's elevated. Like, oh my god, you want to see him, he wants to see you, and then it's like, on Coraline Vision, it's just like, okay, sure.
Coraline will kind of nudge Helga a little bit and give her a look.
I don't see what you're trying to reference.
Coraline told you about it after Tyrant on Ice.
I know, but I don't see anything.
No.
Yeah, he just looks happy. Only Coraline sees the real difference.
John?
Coraline seems a little dejected.
Could I do something? Two things. One, I want to do a medicine check. And two, I don't want to make it obvious that I'm doing that.
Okay, you saying, John, can I roll dice is not a thing. Can you
No,
be a little
medicine
bit...
check. I want to look
What are you
to see
checking?
how healthy he is.
He pulls out
Like-
the stethoscope and goes up to the tyrant.
Oh, okay.
Just ignore.
Like, you know,
Edge cringes as he looks at the bodyguard.
he's constantly on death's door. And people are talking about how he gets cardiac arrests and he has to be kept alive. Even after the Tyrant on Ice, what Ozark was saying was that he has to leave and he's gonna be at death's door, and he was saying this also when he left. My character is wondering
Okay. Yeah.
exactly how healthy is he.
Give me a wisdom-based medicine check. Because you are like... I assume you're not just going to, like, go up to him and then study his physique, right? You're doing this from, like, a distance.
I'm doing things like
Grab him with
labored
2 hands, rip his
breathing.
face.
Is he showing any signs of distress? Comparing to my history of knowing him, and when he says that he's going into certain types of problems, and checking my also knowledge of medicine, if this fits with anything I've known.
Yeah, but to give someone, like, a physical, you need to, like, interact with them by hand. You're doing this all from a distance, so that he does
I can
not
interact
recognize-
with him, saying, Oh, how's it going?
Hey, can
You
I
know,
just catch your breathing and count
Banalities.
your heart rate? And here's your
Takes
blood
out the little
pressure.
rubber mallet and hits him on the knee.
Puts
Stuff like
on
the
one
banality, stuff like the banalities of the day, giving him handshake, saying hello, seeing how much he quickly
Check his
reacts
pulse
with I'm
on the
going high
handshake.
five, stuff like this. Well, you know, the idea is that I'm also doing it on the sly, you know? Like if I'm giving handshake, I'm checking his
Okay.
pulse, but handing 2 hands. If you want to go through this is the kind of the mechanical sly stuff, in my mind, I would be
I
doing.
think to pull that off, that is going to be an entire day activity where you like keep coincidentally running into the tyrant and being like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then you're gonna check for this one specific thing.
I would not narrow it down, but the idea is like if I see him in distress, and constantly I would be narrowing options of what this fits of what I would know about.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to
this is-
use my medical knowledge to judge his state of health and state of being.
This is gonna be a full day activity with 2 rolls to it. The first one is you are going to give me a stealth check to follow him throughout the day without him noticing you. And then the second one will be a regular medicine check, since you were going to the lengths of which to pull this stunt off.
Assuming the stealth check is good enough
Roll.
that he doesn't tell you to buzz off.
Well,
Really want Antoine to
who
just
knows?
stick in his ear.
Who knows when he finds out I'm following him? Don't know if he'll say buzz off or he'll say, "What the fuck are you doing?" So who knows? Stealth check. Let's see it.
Oh my god,
Oh.
alright, okay.
Ah,
Nice.
nice.
Let's see that medicine check.
Do it.
All right.
This is taking place on Thursday, by the way, so the game will happen and then you guys will probably take off that night. So if you guys want to do 2 short rests in a row, you can do that as well. But for now, let's see that. Oh my god, alright.
Yes.
God damn.
Okay,
Hey.
so we'll come back to that here in a moment.
Wizards of the Cove time.
Revik, you have nightly activities you want to do? You want to go to a Denny's?
Well, because at nighttime, the only people at Denny's are people with nowhere to go. So,
It's true.
Yeah.
so I'm hoping to find some people that are down on their luck.
Find some cattle, I mean people.
So there is not too much trucking in the world. Denny's is notoriously known for being a trucker hideout. There are heavy duty transport vehicles that do exist. There are trucks that go through civilian roads that can then go off-road as well. Kind of like just imagine an 18-wheeler going through a forest. Like, it is a harrowing, difficult journey no matter where you're going, and it's usually done by, like, I would say private companies, but probably just private contractors who would do these crazy laborious, super dangerous tasks of going through Spirit Beast country because the goods you have cannot be transported any other way. And usually it's like tied with nefarious, sneaky bullshit. Like the Smugglers Guild likely has access to nearly every single like private trucking group in the world. Because shipping manifests and airship cargo is really easy to keep track of. But if a transport vehicle just shows up at a gate, tells you to fuck off, or bribes your guard, I mean, there's not much a port authority can do to, like, clamp down on that, except, like, get other guards in on the action. So you go to a local Denny's. We need a fantasy name for that, guys. Who wants to give it? Who wants to make up fantasy Denny's in my world?
World building.
Salamanders.
Schmitty's.
Schmitty's.
We're going to
actually a thing in Canada.
Schmitty's.
Going to Schmitty's.
That's actually a thing in Western Canada, and it actually
It's a
it
thing
is
here
pretty
in
much a
Halifax.
Denny's.
It's a thing in
there's one
Halifax. Yeah.
Well, John
I'm
wrote
going
it on
round.
the whiteboard.
Nice.
Thanks, I hate it, says Rumble Roar. You go to a Schmitty's. It is at the southern gate, kind of close to the airship terminal. There are maybe 2 staff members currently here. There are, like, 3 people who are drinking coffee. Or, you know, eating eggs and meat of some kind. Grimly looking at their watches.
But there's like no one that has like a full plate of food in front of them and just their hands and their head. Just...
Oh, everyone. Every single person is just like,
Okay,
what
gotcha.
am I doing with my life?
If anyone is at like the bench where, you know, not a booth, just, I'll sit down next to them, order a coffee, like, hey man, you doing all right?
Fuck off.
Hey, that's fair enough. Just I figured, are you from Tulst? Because if you're not, I mean,
What part of fuck off don't you understand?
all right, you have a good day, man. And I'm gonna go sit next to someone else.
What a terrible vampire.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible vampire. Oh man.
What's the goal here?
Less this, more this.
I mean, what is it? I'm not allowed to charm people in Tulst, right?
Yeah.
Don't charm them, seduce them.
At a den.
What a
Denny's.
lovely neck you have.
A Schmitty's. A Schmitty's.
At Schmitty's.
Hey man, if it's truckers there, they're always looking for something. They see in the movie.
Sever, you were going to find out very quickly why it was the Bad Bagels kept all of their vampire serfs as stupid, illiterate peasants in a Ren fair the size of a country.
Okay.
Modernity is the enemy of all vampires. It's incredibly hard to get through the self-centered nature that upper societies bring, of higher standards of living bring. Like, you can say, like, oh yes, you could have this super unique relationship with me. And to, like, a 13th century peasant who only interacts with their family and, like, the village idiots, like, okay, that's a very unique experience worth, like, actually experiencing. But to world-weary people who are surrounded by hundreds, if not thousands, of assholes trying to sell them something.
Cool. Alright. Gotcha.
You need to target the right audience, Sever.
I gotta target the right audience. I waste another day. Alright, cool.
You really need to go to Destry and fucking kidnap people, Sever.
Oh no, we are becoming a kidnap
Hey,
party.
we're on the way.
I have to Stockholm syndrome people. Just be like,
Yes.
oh no, I saved you. Oh,
More or
Save
less.
me back.
Alright.
Will
Cool.
I ever repay you?
God.
This
My-
would
Bite your
go-
neck for like 15 seconds. I'm sorry. That's a weird thing for me to ask, but
One day we'll be Twilight level.
one day. It is not this day.
It is not this way.
Take some practice to get that glitter.
The next night I go out, I just put some glitter on my face. And
Just go to a
See
fucking
how I
nightclub.
sparkle.
Ba, ba, da, ba,
It's the
ba.
skin of a killer.
The clammy stone skin.
Ah, it sparkles so well off your marble alabaster form.
the nightclub is the very next place I'm gonna go the next day I have a chance.
Imagine how rigidly he dances.
Oof. Thursday comes. Antoine is spying on the tyrant, trying to get a good old health check on him. Helga's got a game to go to, a Warlocks of the Cove game. Thatch, Paradigm, Coraline, are you just chilling, relaxing, maxing all cool?
I think so.
I just think I could buy a bird around here.
Jesus Christ.
Please buy a bird.
Dude, I need a hummingbird for spells.
You have
Oh, no.
Sever's pet, right? You have Sever's pet?
No, the snake ran away a long time ago.
Oh.
Because I was actually nice and let it go away where it wanted to be in the wild.
Okay.
The only thing I want to do is Coraline's going to send the equivalent of 5 pizzas to those kids that she creeped out.
Oh shit.
So whatever the toast equivalent of that is,
Sorry,
with
I
a
hit
note,
on you.
with a note saying, "Sorry, I was so creepy. Just looking for some cool stories of the invasion. I'm just really awkward, and that kind of stuff." And
Well,
Make
thanks.
a persuasion
Baby.
check.
Okay.
It's also called bread disc. It's not called pizza.
Okay. Persuasion. You said, right?
Yes. Oh my
not bad.
god. Although you are not there to in person make amends with them, they will forever tell the story of like, hey, remember that like older woman who showed up and was like really fucking weird? Yeah, she sent us like 5 fucking bread discs from down in the city. Should we do something? And then they're like, just let it be, man. Just
That's for the best.
let's just keep living our lives.
Oh, I'm setting the groundwork for it later.
The second run, as it were.
Coraline just needs a windowless carriage now.
Well, maybe I can help out Sever at the same time.
Oh my god.
Kidnap your
Bread
hunters.
dicks? No, bread discs, Temer. They are circular discs of bread. You fucking idiot. Tamer, you go to give this very long form physical to the tyrant. You're looking for health issues. Physically, he seems healthy and fine. He is a guy in his early 20s. He seems physically fit. You try to catch his pulse by giving him a very long 15-second handshake where your fingers are on his wrist. The blood is pumping. Yeah. His breathing seems
test.
fine. His muscles are tense and powerful. I mean, what do you... What? Are you looking for
Rippling.
something specific here that I may be able to determine is worthy of a 20 medicine check?
I am basically looking for his health conditions. And I want to see if in my history I know exactly I don't sorry, I don't pinch the tyrant. Possibly I see how quickly he responds to my handshake, stuff like this, Various things to test reflexes without actually assaulting him by doing stuff like that. You're
down a corner and just throw a football. Like,
Stuff like this, yeah, exactly.
hey, Thatch, go long!
Yeah, exactly, like
Fucking aim straight for his head.
Top like, hey, catch, or something, pencil something, It doesn't necessarily be a football, but it could be that, football.
Pencil at him.
Really goose him. Grab
Oh
his
my
ass.
god. Yeah.
But the
he
idea
seems-
is to nail down what it can't be and what it can be of what he has, knowing my medical knowledge and knowing the history that I know, and dealing with people who are magical, who are ill, stuff like this. Just
You're not
using my
sure
powers
what he has, Temer. Because right now, he seems perfectly healthy. In the middle of the month right now, he's not exhausted, he's not tired. He's going 23 hours a day, you know, like any 21-year-old kid could possibly do. You're looking at a
questions
weird...
relating to his. I ask questions relating to his activities, like, oh wow, you know what I like to do. I like to run upstairs fast as I can. Have you ran up a lot of stairs the past few days? Stuff like this, you know.
Antwall, is
We can do
something going
further
on,
checks.
man? Do you feel like I'm not paying enough attention to you? I mean, I can if you want.
Oh.
Tyrant says.
I really appreciate you saving our members of our team, and including Coraline.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy you saving my island, by the way, and saving my people from my island.
Yeah, that's what I thought this was going to. I thought you were trying to, like, butter me up with... Well, never mind. Have you spoken with your father recently?
We're not in good terms all the time, you know? He's very cold. That's the type of person he is.
Well, he set up your clan a little bit away from the other Mokapunians who are building their own little town north along the coast. With the
Are you
squid
serious?
guy. Yeah. Do they not?
They're reinstalled close by in the town?
Yeah, they've been building it for the past couple months.
That is
You
interesting.
know, city life is a lot different than living on an archipelago. The water's colder here, winters are a thing here. So, you know, it's taking... They're reacclimating.
And you say my father is one of them?
Yeah. I spoke with him when, when he came here with the second wave, third wave. I thought I told you about that. Maybe it skipped our minds. Maybe it was just a busy
I would have
month or
remembered that.
week. Yeah. Anyway. He pats you on your shoulder as you go into thought and kind of leaves you there.
I engage all the pleasantries that one needs to engage, and then I remember this for later, how good he's doing. I'm kind of doing a chart. Possibly I will recheck him when he's feeling a bit worse later.
Wait until he's laying in bed dying.
Well, probably not that way, but you know. He comes in and out. I know this.
Long-term medical study.
With such a promise in mind, the night comes on. Well, let's hit up Helga real quick. Helga,
Have to hit him.
Ozark's friends are really fucking weird. First of all, there's like this weird dude in like a tiger print suit and everything who shows up, just starts getting hammered immediately. There's also this like talking snake, which just sort of like, I don't want to say appears, but like comes out of from some hiding place and just like coils itself on a seat and then like slumps its body on the table during setup. It can't write anything, so it doesn't, but it communicates with everyone at the table who are now casting Speak with Animals on themselves. And just kind of shooting the shit with this fucking boa constrictor. That's just hanging out. Celeste showed up. This is her first game too, because Ozark was like, yeah, you know, it's kind of, you know, male-dominated game. Can you be her friend so she doesn't feel alienated? And then there are like 4 8 to 12-year-olds who are also there. Clearly hunters, wearing their little insignias, their school uniforms, as it were. Even though there's no like clothing restriction, you have to wear a badge to designate yourself as a hunter. So the law knows not to fuck with you. And these guys are all like super into the role-playing aspect of not being a hunter. They enjoy the idea of being a murderous sorcerer or warlock on a coast called the Dagger Coast, and rolling about doing stupid adventures, and Ozark as the DM, as it were, the, you know, deadly master, just runs through stupid game mechanics. This, like, 18-year-old crazy wizard, young Dumbledore, young Gandalf fighting each other. You know, it's just it's a ripoff of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but...
Brilliant. I want to make sure that everybody knows I'm sitting next to the snake.
Okay, you sit next to the snake. It constantly, whatever sort of drink you have, it is trying to drink out of your cup. Because
I don't try and stop it.
A
Yeah.
vodka tonic.
I don't try to stop the snake. I let it drink my drink.
Give me an animal handling check with your affinity for animals. Maybe Helga was destined to be a veterinarian.
Maybe.
You
I have
steal
a -1 to animal handling.
Maybe not. You, every so often, will just get the urge to just like, oh, it's so weird and scaly, and just, you pet it, and it like turns its head to you. And it's just clearly saying nothing, its tongue comes out, and Ozark at one point, it's like, can you not violate his NAP?
What's an NAP?
His non-aggression principle.
Okay.
It's a libertarian snake.
Yes, it is. He's from Moolah, you'll have to forgive him. He's really big enough.
Is he the snake from the "Don't Tread on Me" flag?
He's a foreign dignitary, I'll have you know.
It's true, a political hostage, most renowned. His name is Snake. And he is playing a barbarian as well.
Do you have like
Good
a
for
little
him.
snake hat strapped around his head?
No, unfortunately not. The no step on Snake flag. The game goes well enough, but, well, you know, you're invited to the next one if you're in town.
Nice.
What character did you bring to the table?
Yeah, what does Helga play as?
Helga played a bard to honor her friend Aurelia.
Aw.
She named it Aurelia.
No, she named it Aurelia with an O.
Oh. This is getting really meta. Just on like a comedy level, I guess. You guys can wrap up your... Well, did everybody take their short rest if they needed one?
Yeah.
Okay. The Judgment of Longing is waiting for you. No, it's not. DD2 is waiting for you. Who are on their way to Destry on more resupply runs. As they are known to do. This is a crew. The captain, I guess, doesn't need a name right now. Since nobody interacts with DD2. It's just a shitty frigate. But you can make your way to Thorazor quite quickly.
Oh, I hope we don't get attacked by pirates.
That would be terrible.
It would.
Whatever will we do?
One of the crew members is like, that's really bad luck, guys! You're not supposed to say that before we ship out!
We're not gonna get attacked by pirates.
What's the worst that can happen? You
Yeah.
could get attacked by pirates. That's not gonna happen.
The worst, from what I hear, the worst that can happen is letting you near the pallet box. But
Yeah, that's true. You're not allowed.
Carling goes to sulk 30 feet away from the cliff.
Well. Ooh. This is not my airship travel music. Where's my airship travel music?
Antoine, your camera went black.
Yeah, no worries. Still here.
Oof. You all can start on your way to Thorazor, and when we come back from a short break, we will see what Falsmalek has in store for you guys. See you here in a bit. Everyone, we're back. We're live, and we are flying to Thorazor. Fun fact, this triangle has no pirates in it. Thorazor fucking obliterated them like 30 years ago. Now they are the pirates. And since you guys are kind of working with them, and are also part of a government, they're not going to illegally breach the Confederation Accords just to hinder your transport. However, to
where are we
intercept...
exactly on this map?
Oh,
It'd be nice if we had some sort of token to mark our position.
yeah. This map's not real, though. You have to remember. This map is the one I used to distract you from the real map.
Underneath it all is John's fucking mad scrawling
Yeah.
of notes.
My GM layer of just the real map, and I transparent this one out. You guys fly for quite a few hours. In the darkness, you will be alerted that interceptors follow your airship as you begin to head into Thorazorian airspace. You will find harbor at the city's dock itself at late at night, but you will not be allowed to disembark. Instead, Fals Malek will come to you, because as soon as he hears that DD2, the designated frigate that was stolen from, what was her name, Fresnoth, by Irithel, is known, its history is known to Thorazor, because they keep fucking seeing it. Breaching their airspace. Are really annoyed that they can't shoot it down. Fals Malek will arrive in the dead of night. Your crew, I guess they would have gone on to more like, okay, we'll just hang out here. Relaxed stations as suddenly a wizard of the night appears amongst you. Not having teleported, but having been invisible. He breaks his invisibility, looks at Thatch, looks at all of you, says, hello.
Hello, wizard.
How do you do, fellow wizard?
I'm a wizard.
He nods in understanding and in pain. So, you've arrived a few days late, but something must have kept you.
Yes, unfortunately, we lacked the funds to repair our weapons, so we had to go try to find some. But we're here now.
I'm just not going to look into what you said, because I don't care. I will be blunt. We are in a precarious situation right now. John tries to remember. Duke Aldrich, the slimy weasel of a man in Destry, has opened up a dialogue with our leader, the architect herself, which currently skips John's attention.
The architect is
I'll go
Mary
forward.
Kelron.
Yes, Miss Kelron. Where are you? NPCs by city state. There we go. Now I can look at my trees. Relationship dynamics. There we go. Thorazor. No, that's Destry. Thorazor. Yes. Mary Kelron is obligated by both law and role to speak with this man. She is our leader, she is our governor, as it were, even though she holds no power over military affairs or anything beyond our borders. He wishes for this conversation. We don't know why exactly. We've rebuffed him, but diplomacy is a hard thing to balance. Additionally, a private matter has come up on my end, which deals with Maelstrom. Does anybody know of a township of True Milk?
Nope.
Yes, not many people know of it. It is north of Alcazan that sits between it and Tolst. It is in the plains of Burlo, the biggest producer of beefed goods ever, since there are several million to potentially 1 billion cows there. No one has ever truly identified how many there are, but there are quite a few cattle in that region. Maelstrom invests within True Milk due to this beef surplus that they have going on. My family originates there. Maelstrom is picking up their tendencies, their political Does anybody know about Maelstrom and their foreign policy?
They don't like everyone.
They don't like anyone. They are an eat or be eaten culture. Their citizens, the people they actually count and tax, are all bastards in the military. Every single one of them has ties through noble line or through some other vassal master-servant relationship to take as much wealth as possible from all of the people who desperately cling to survival there. They are the most aggressive city-state in Klovisa. And now they are projecting their power into the north, because your tyrant is doing that as well, and they wish to check him, or at least profit off of the conflict that will eventually come from them quarreling politically or economically. I need to get my family out of there before that place becomes a political assassination ground, which will happen one way or another as the games will increase in... I do not wish to see my family caught up in this. I can either go to this meeting, which, well, let me go back one more step. Duke Aldrich is going to this place. We have no leverage on him. He has leverage on us. He's producing food, which, although he points to Thatch, you have told me is harmful to people and should not be trusted, and which we intercepted and destroyed most of it. There are now quite a few people in our government asking why. Why are we refusing this? Why? It's an alternative to Alcazan. It doesn't seem to be harming people. We're wondering why we should be denying it them, and it's getting harder and harder to point out the fact that we are trying to make peace with Alcazan, because this faction still wants war with them.
Perhaps you give them the grain as a test first? See what happens?
We're not going to do that. We're not going to poison our people if this is as murderous as you all promise, and what the report of Alcazan, or at least the secret one that we got, maybe you have better information than we do. We understand this mutates wild boars, as well as is a highly ecological devastating fungus that produces this grain.
That's all true.
This fungal grain.
Destroys everything around it. Sucks the life out of it.
Yes. This would destroy our ecology. We already don't produce too much food. Many people, if they knew about this, would understandably say, fuck the rest of our environment. We can use that. We can actually get some nutritional worth from our ground and eat fungus. So, I have concocted a plan that cannot leave this room, but it's in line with Maelstrom's foreign policy, if you understand what I mean. He gives a slow nod to Coraline, who does a downward stabbing gesture. This will destabilize the Destrian situation in Tolst. Once Aldrich is removed, whoever takes his place will wish to project more political power and undoubtedly do something rash. And still it must be done. So, if you help me by taking one of these tasks, I will fulfill the other.
So either save your family or
Assassinate
remove
the Duke.
the Duke.
My family will not go along willingly. I ran away from home, and my family is large. I just want my siblings out of there. My grandfather is, and he eyes Sever. My grandfather is more akin to a vampire. The storybook ones than the actual ones of Destiny. He's a monster. And if his children are at risk of threat, he will dismantle whatever is threatening them. But he's not omnipotent. He can't be everywhere at once. He doesn't like to be seen.
Your grandfather's name wouldn't happen to be Hodel, would it?
No.
Cool.
His name is
That's
Metz.
Metz. Thank you.
He's a monster who hides away and siphons arcane energies from local cattle. Their deaths providing him the sole sustenance to keep his wretched form going.
It's fucking cheating. Sorry, continue.
Yes, it is. He is the worst parasite of an immortal that anyone has ever seen. He's a pseudo-immortal, or pseudo-immortal. He's not even a lich. Ugh. Anyway, either kidnap my family, or at least 3 siblings, which I will give you more details of, if you wish to do that, or assassinate Duke Aldrich, preferably his entire family as well.
Mm.
I mean, they both sound like fun. Is there one that needs to be done before the other?
I will
I mean,
be
if we
doing
have
the
time, we
other.
could vote.
The other one is, well, my family situation will require a delicate touch.
We might need the Discovery team then.
I'm curious.
What?
How do you, if we pick one of the, whichever plan we pick, what is it you plan to do for the other? Like, how do you plan to assassinate the Duke's family, or how do you plan to get your family kidnapped if we don't pick one of those? Whichever we don't pick.
I'm a wizard. My imagination has been going on for about 7 years on how to do both of these activities.
Hmm.
I don't have one set plan that I know will work just yet. But I will help form whichever task you wish to take a crack at.
Because
The only reason I am hesitant of returning to True Milk and doing this myself is I am known there. New faces come and go and can... Well, you've all heard the stories of strangers wandering into town, doing heinous actions and fleeing at first light.
This doesn't help your people at all. What is Tulsa getting out of this? We would be assassinating Duke Aldrich, making the situation in Destry different, or saving your people, saving your family, but not necessarily Thorazor. How can we ensure that Thorazor stays on Tulsa's good side, or Tulsa stays on Thorazor's good side?
You will have my friendship. Although I am an advisor, My reach is much larger than anyone in our government would like to admit. I have installed myself as a visor of sorts. And he looks to Thatch, his eyes hardening, like, you better not repeat this shit, you fucking idiot.
That's just stone-faced the entire time. He's heard stories of this man.
Thorazor's government is segmented. It is a very check and balance kind of government. I'm the only one capable of going between them and getting them to all focus on one subject at a time. If you do these tasks, Tolst, your tyrant, will have my friendship. And it will speed along. It should speed along the overarching goal of your leader. I don't want to call him a king, but he's not a president either. Does your tyrant actually have a title?
Nope.
Is his tyrant his title?
His name is just Tyrant.
His
He doesn't
name,
have a title.
his role, and his title, his govern, like, what? What a
I mean, it
stupid-
makes things simple.
He's just Ty.
Like, it's bad
Based on
enough
what I
that
saw.
King Maelstrom is the king of the city, state, and army of Maelstrom. Man. You all need to work on your fucking names, he says.
Well, we didn't
himself.
baptize him.
He's kind of like a general.
General Tyrant, huh?
Well,
Dictator.
you didn't hear this from me, but I would say you should start calling him Tiny Dancer. You should have seen Tyrant tonight.
Oh shit, I heard it was a sight to behold. A vampire showed up out of nowhere and fucking broke the roof down.
Yeah, she was a real bitch.
Vampire was expected. What wasn't expected was other things that happened.
He starts like dancing to illusory music that he begins to summon. I'm quite a dancer myself, you know.
The EDM starts playing again.
Right, with the-
Out of curiosity, do you know who would take over if the Duke were to die?
If his sister lives, she would.
So kill her too.
If both of them die, then it would be their nephew, cousin,
Feel free.
brother. I'm not sure about that one, but he is young.
Okay, but
How-
everyone would be
How
incest.
young?
Look, we're killing a family here. Helen.
12, 13.
Okay.
Yeah, there's.
We can't-
yeah.
We can't kill a 12-year-old child.
Well, he
Oh,
would
don't
not
worry,
be in
Hunter.
power.
Sends their children to war.
It would be a regent
That's
who
not
takes
good.
over the territory.
We can
Likely a
kidnap
military
12-year-old
general.
child. Okay, is that much better, Helga?
Yeah.
You,
We
you want to
can-
be as
we can
bad as the person,
absolutely-
the overlord of Forge Alvin or whatever she's called?
We can kidnap a 12-year-old child.
Yeah.
That's doable.
Balsmalak, what happens if we are able to uncover more evidence of Aldrich's plot? Should we go there? Would you be able to use that evidence to turn the anger of Thorazor on Destry and maybe away from Alcazan?
Likely. If I had absolute proof, a document of... What's it called? If you give me an item that can be Legend Lord and arcane proven that it was written in the Duke's hand, if you find proof of... Maybe even if you find the connection of where this fungus came from. Because this is not... This is new. I have no idea what it is. It doesn't seem that the Governor Moru knows any more than I do. She may be running her test, but this is the first time she's seen it, and she is the queen of all plants, to my understanding.
The way I see this situation is that the real problem facing Thorazor is can't feed its people. If a false pretender in Destry pretends to be able to feed its people to their own ends, we need to solve that problem. Killing him, replacing him, will just perpetuate the cycle. I would like to go after Duke Aldrich in an effort not only to eliminate him from the scene, but also to maybe find out the real culprit behind his endeavors. And I also put the rest of the decision up to the team. Would like to know what they think.
Duke Aldridge sounds like an evil, evil person. The mushroom biowar you unleashed on people? Better off gone.
Any friend of Fresnoth is an enemy of mine, so I'm happy with that decision.
How strong you think Duke Aldrich is?
He's a chump. His guards are the real issue.
His guards, they tend to bleed to normal knives, yes?
Yes, they are humanoid in nature.
What the fuck is happening outside? Jesus Christ.
Oof. They are still skilled. Duke Aldrich and his family they were vassals of vampire lords. We may forget the bad bagels now, but for a time they ruled Destry with an iron fist. Nothing could harm their food source. Spirit beast, monsters, but they couldn't be everywhere. They had a very strong military. Knights, horse lords.
What was that?
Horse lords. They rode on horses. They were cavalry.
Alright, let's go kill these guys.
Ah. Well, I know how to push your button, it seems.
What?
I mean, sounds good to me. Of course, any children under the age of, she looks to Helga, 15?
16. 16.
16? 16, yes, we can capture and bring as hostages. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
16 is your cutoff? You kill a 16-year-old?
Sure.
16 is old enough to drink in Tulsa. That's fine. Is old enough to die to a knife.
Paradigm
Yes.
gives Coraline like a side eye and just like does this when she
that's-
mentions the kid.
The 16 is provided that they provoke the fight. They provoke the fight, the 16-year-old can die.
Oh, okay, so if they're sleeping in bed, what age? It might be
18.
important.
18.
Okay, 18 in a day or 17 in 11 months.
I really enjoy that you're finding your moral boundaries here in front of me, but it's late.
This will go on for a while as well. We should.
I will go and draw up some plans for you to take a look at. Enjoy the night. Come see me in the keep tomorrow. But we must enact this soon. The meeting is on the 16th, ironically enough. He says, looking at Helga. With that, Falsum casts invisibility on himself and fucks off.
I guess
so
no
we
long rest for us.
We gotta kill the line. I mean, let's be real. We gotta kill them all off, or else one of them is gonna come into power. And they're all probably the same fucking people.
We'll
Could we
deal
not
with
have
that.
a political hostage of
Yeah,
a 13-year-old child?
Do we really want a actually?
Especially if he's
Destrian
the
political hostage might be good.
especially
for
if
this
he's the
whole
next in
war.
line. No, I
Yes,
agree with Helga.
Burn their
Political
state to the
hostages are
ground.
great.
They are great. They keep everyone in line.
Yes, look how useful Satch was.
Was? Is?
She means is.
It is, yes. I mean,
Just look at Henry.
you were very useful, and we totally do not
Are.
expect you to betray us at all.
Glad to have your trust, Coraline.
If you didn't have my trust, you'd have something much more pointy of
My
mine.
back while I sleep. I can imagine.
Well, it's
He's
easier
not
when-
16. It's not gonna be that easy.
All of you.
Regardless, we're not here to fight. Sorry, John.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
misread. I thought you guys were winding down. Keep going.
But we're ready to do this. No reservations.
Nope, none at all. Let's burn the place.
I have no reservations of
None.
killing Aldrich. He's, again, well, we know he's evil, but how well do we know this person we're meeting with?
Well,
None, I guess, huh?
he's a
Nope.
wizard.
He
should
hasn't
tell
tried to
you
poison
everything
anybody
you
as
need to
far as
know.
we know.
Antron,
Yes.
look at us. Look at Ozark.
Let's
look
look
every
at what
wizard
we.
we've ever met. Look
Yeah.
at Nevlatars. We're all just assholes. Playing our own game for our own betterment.
Let's look at what information we have from him, though. We've met with him once before this. The moment that we told him about food being shipped into Thorazor that had potential to harm people, he immediately dropped everything he was doing to inform people and try and save them. That has a lining of good behind it. It could be a lining of maintaining his power because he knows that the moment that Thorazor goes down, so does his power. Now he's coming to us with a potential situation that could be good or bad for Tolst, and he gave us a choice of what we wanted to do. None of this says that he is good or that he has Tolst's best interest in heart, but I think he is smart enough to know that Thorazor surviving is going to come with Tolst's help, and probably won't happen with otherwise. The enemy of our enemy is our friend, or whatever that is. I don't know the phrase, but keeping.
No, I think the phrase is the enemy of our enemy is distracted enough to stab them.
Yes, that is the
That's
one
it.
that I was looking for. But back to the point that I was totally not able to get to. Because I tripped over my own words like 8 times. It is in his best interest to secure our help. Because without the help
agree.
of Tolst, his power will go away. And
I'm saying
that
that,
in and of itself means that he shouldn't betray us, because the moment he betrays us, he's going to lose his own power.
I agree. I don't think our job seems straightforward enough. It's just that in my history, I believe I've been used a few times when I thought that I was either helping my team, helping my tyrant.
Right,
I don't
Tyrant
think-
uses us all the time.
I should say that I remember it wasn't really necessarily our decision to go tackle Jerome's hideout. I can't remember who it was, but I'll leave that there. I I remember Tristan also using us for his own means.
Yeah, we're just tools. to
I
people.
Where is Tristan?
who knows?
There's an easy
I-
way to
Yeah,
check that,
sorry.
Anchois. Shadow!
Shade.
Shade!
Shade shows up in Anchois' vision.
Shade!
Hey,
Hey,
Anchois.
Shade!
how's it going, Shade?
What does she
yeah,
want?
he's here. Yeah, he wants to talk to you. Could you show up to him, or do you just like me?
Just tell her to start talking.
Start talking, Corleen.
What would the tyrant want the death of Duke Aldrich and maybe his whole family, minus a few political hostages if they're under the age of 18?
Oh god, hold for relay. And shadow. A shadow in Anchois' periphery.
So you
Fucks
missed
off
that, Angela. Good job.
immediately. After about 5 minutes, he will return.
I'm impressed, Shade. That is faster and quicker than I've ever expected.
Okay, so the tyrant has no qualms with you killing Duke Aldrich, the shadow says. He seems to be a roadblock down the road, as it were, in Destry. He is a destabilizing force that will have to be tackled sooner or later. And now that Fresnoff's picking up her ground game, well, John checks his calendar. Yes, They were skirmishing last month. Now they are prepping for actual battles to occur. Now that Fresnoth is actually garrisoning forces in large numbers and is going to be pushing for strategic objectives, this will make things harder, but it will also give us more justification to bring more people into Destry.
So if we were to exchange a little bit of nighttime murder for the favor of somebody powerful here as their friendship, whose name might rhyme with Hal's Malek, this would be a good thing?
Thorazor is needed. Their alliance is integral to our plans. We need them to be on side. If Hal's Malek is the mover and shaper of their society or their upper class, then he seems like a powerful ally to have.
Alright, just thought we'd check in. As the loyal political people we are.
Uh-huh.
I think Shade.
Yeah, he doesn't leave.
And ask it how much he runs per day. Like, do you get a lot of jogging in? That seems pretty nice.
No, he's
Oh, no running at all.
a transplanter being.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
You're onto that too, right?
I dive.
Anyways,
Do you make use of Find Familiar or something, or? Okay, Hookie's gone. Alright, let's...
No, he's just hanging out. Not saying anything. He's just in Antoine's periphery. Just... kind of just this foreboding shadow watching that only Antoine can truly, like, recognize.
So, Anshua, does that put your mind at ease?
it not really, but yes, it does. Knowing that we have a stamp of approval, but yet not knowing if the person we're dealing with is still trustworthy. Something I could never know, I suppose, at this point of time. But we go forward. Aldrich is truly evil. That we know.
Do you?
Don't know his kids are evil, by the way. So
I'm sure
they're
it's
probably cool.
hereditary, probably.
Nature versus nurture, all that bullshit.
No,
Anyways.
I'm sure Satch's parents were grumpy with bad knees.
Are you doing an apple doesn't fall from the tree? Is that the meme?
It's
think that shakes
the
his head at
anemone
that one.
doesn't grow far from its clownfish.
we have bring back on the thing. We have until the 16th.
It is the.
We want to do anything.
You guys
13th now?
arrived at the morning of the 13th. Yeah.
We have 3
There's-
days.
Not much time.
No.
We
Yeah,
need to
so
meet.
you-
We need to plan. We need to gather our supplies. And
No,
we need to
wait.
go.
I'm a liar. It's the morning of the 14th. You guys
Antro,
Oh, wow.
get your
had like an
fireballs
8-hour
ready.
flight.
I'm all like balled up with fire.
It's time to burn down an entire duchy.
Well-
The morning can come as soon as you guys are ready.
Seva and Satch, I think I'll have to let you take point if things come to blows. I'm a little drained of my rage.
There we go.
I'm not angry enough.
The magical force that I summoned to protect myself is no longer.
Yes, my energy shield, I can't make it double in strength for against weapons for a while.
Against Monday. Slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning sources. Okay.
I should be honest about something as well then.
Oh,
You can see that there's like dark circles under his eyes. My fighting, I'll fight just as well, but maybe don't rely on me for so much sneaking. Is that okay, Coraline? I'll do more fighting, you do more sneaking?
Yes, that should be fine. Satch,
Just
do you
drink
think
Eldritch's blood.
you could ask for a heavy crossbow for this mission from your friend?
I think we can probably get several supplies in the meeting
Okay.
tomorrow.
Just gonna make sure I can sneak attack with heavy crossbow.
Yeah, you should.
I think you should. Yeah.
You have martial weapons, right?
I have proficiency. I just don't remember if there's a limit on heavy weapons.
Oh, okay.
It'll either be a
that
light
up.
or a heavy weapon or a heavy crossbow.
Yeah. Have fun looking at sneak attack.
I always
Okay.
do.
You all can put Sever in his coffin and drag him into Thorazor properly, so that you can all be present for the meeting within Falsmalex's private office.
Offhand, John, I sent you a message on mechanics,
Yeah.
in particular for the sleeping mechanics. Is there any way
Oh,
to...
you sent me that while I
around that?
was fucking in a game.
Yeah, you bitched him out for it in the middle of the session. It was great.
We were talking about it, so this is I send messages. Anyways, so
Do you even have catnap? Do you even
No,
have
no.
the spell? Then why are you asking about it now?
the idea is that should I think about it? It's,
I'm not even gonna engage with it if it's not. If it's there's no actionable way of you to fuck with this plan. Ask again later. You all go to Thorazor.
Shoots
But
the magic 8-ball. That's later.
as you go into Falsmalek's office, he has a map of Destrial. This is not supposed to be there. Get out of here. Get out of your weird circle. Blech. He draws your attention to the bottom left, where the Duchy of Dissel can be found. Everybody look, he says, pointing at the map. He hopes that you guys brought food, because he's not feeding you guys here.
I snack on oats.
Oh, God. Duke Aldrich lives in a fortified town known as Dissel. It used to be a colony, and then grew to its own township status within the forests of the region. You have been there before, I understand.
No, of course not.
Kind of.
Definitely wasn't us.
Not supposed to say that.
Continue.
He knows.
Okay.
Well, he does now.
Shut up. In 2 days' time, the Duke will leave this estate. He will come to a no man's land between Thorazor's territory and his duchy, truly. He is a frontier duke. During this time, we believe him to be plotting something. He's alienating our architect. She will have her own guards, of course, but it's not like we're gonna bring an army with her, just as he's not bringing his own. They will have a meeting that will last a day or so, and try to work out a trade deal, which the architect is somewhat obligated to agree to. If he provides her a alternative to Alcazenian food products, then there's enough support in Thorazor, and her obligation to feed her people she will make that decision. I'm not sure what exactly else Duke Aldrich has in mind, if that is his end-all be-all goal of getting food in, or if he's planning something equally nefarious as we plan here, to kill and disrupt our true leader, who we cannot really replace. Thorazor would soon fall to chaos and a power scramble. And although I am a visor and I love manipulating, there's never been a wizard who has maintained a crown. And he, like, grips his chest real quick as he realizes that for a moment. Like, holy shit, why am I doing this? This is fucking gonna get me killed. Alright. We can do two things. Hit him while he is en route to the meeting. There in the wilds, his guard will be obviously at a disadvantage. We don't know what route he's going to take, though. He may... I don't believe he has access to an airship. So it may be through vehicle, it may be through transportation. He may be riding a chariot pulled by boars, for all we know. But either way, that is one of the options. The more risky, but also the most guaranteed will work, for we know where he currently is. And he points at the map that says Duke Aldrich. We hit him while he is home.
Is there time to get there in 2 days? It took us longer than that to get there from Destry last time.
Yes, there is. And this is more or less the... We succeed, and everything goes well, with no witnesses attesting that Tolst, you all, and us, Thorazor, are in cahoots to assassinate political leaders. We do a full-blown assault. It is the nuclear option, as it were, where I contact some of my friends, and we do a full-on aerial drop in, blow up as much of the town as possible, in the darkness of night, outside of most vision ranges, and insert you all. You'll have to leave and escape on foot. We cannot stick around and land, but we can do an aerial bombardment. They'll think it's Tolst, since Tolst has air supremacy in the city, and it will immediately, in theory, start a war. Or at least drag more people into an ongoing conflict. That is the nuclear option.
Is there no way to insert us this way without bombardment? Can you supply us with something to make us invisible?
No.
You know, sneak in, destroy one building that happens to have the Duke and all his family in it, and sneak out.
If such a thing were real, we would be utilizing it all the time. Anyone who had that item would be hunted down by every world government so that they could have that item. To insert a team of assassins into any political leader's mansion without any detection at all?
No, I mean, you have the spell to make yourself invisible. We saw it.
Yes.
Could you do that to us? Just for the drop down while the airship passes overhead as if it's going somewhere
Okay,
else.
what happens after?
Oh, we sneak out.
You just walk out of a territory. We can't pick you up. You're just going to walk all the way back in full armor in enemy territory. You're gonna want the distraction. You're gonna want your enemy, well, the enemies that are looking for assassins to instead be looking for the other army that's in the area. That will be your only way of surviving. If you wish to do a suicide mission, by all means, we can facilitate that. But do you have a way of teleporting 50 miles outside enemy territory?
Not at this time.
Okay. This is the sure thing. He is in his estate right now. We have spies in the area. We can scry upon him. That is where he is. Tomorrow, at the latest, he will begin moving. This would have to happen tonight, where we strike him. Or we hit
His
him
other
on the road.
enemy, Fresnas, she has no airships, right?
She does have airships.
Could we fly from that direction to kind of suggest it's not toast?
In the Tulsa is in the exact same direction as them.
I thought Fresnas was from the north.
Northeast. Yeah. If
She
we
is in
enter
the
the city
north.
from the northeast, at least it gives part of an illusion that maybe it's not Tulsa creating the bombardment.
They're gonna think it's Tulsa no matter what. Fresnoth.
Okay.
Fresnoth does not hold air superiority. Her ships are in hiding. Likely in the fucking sea of trees somewhere.
We should go there.
For Duke Aldrich's estate, do you have any idea of the number of guards?
Not
And very
exactly.
specifically, are there any casters among his guards?
They have a cleric of the Illuminated Path. He is one of... We theorize that he is a member of Fresnoth's gaggle of clerics. I do not know his name offhand. I could look it up, but...
What circle of power is he? Do you know this?
They wouldn't send a schmuck to do diplomacy. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him display any spells. He is just there. He looks dignified. He likely runs messages. He may have a way of communicating discreetly or at great range to his allies in the north.
Right, what about numbers of guards for his estate? You said you've been scrying on him.
Yes. I don't know his standing city guard. We know he's in a town that is fortified along this river here.
Sure.
His guards that we know that he has, who are a threat, and why I'm not leading my own crack team assault directly into his house, are known to us. They are old veterans bound by the ancient ways of the Bad Bagels line. They are pseudo-undead. More corpse than man. We call them Death Knights. They do take damage from regular weapons. We have seen them be cut down before. Or at least we saw Fresnoth cut them down with her own men when she took over Destry itself. They aren't chumps, but there's only two of them. Two of them that we've seen, I should say. He likes to stray away from them in his house as well. They aren't... Why we are considering this attack so often, or as the most viable strategy, although it's the most damaging to all relationships, is because he thinks he is safe. He has never once been assailed in his town, nor let alone his keep. His family has never been harmed. Even when Fresnoth came in, they were repelled. So...
I assume at the meeting he would not bring his family with him.
No, definitely not. His sister would stay behind to maintain the realm. His cousin, which we have not truly scryed before, we don't know him. Well, we've seen him in passing, but I don't have a good enough look on him to scry directly upon him. I don't have
And you say it's important that these two people not succeed him.
Not necessarily. The sister is a maniac. She is mad. Full-on crazy psycho. There's a reason why he is the leader, despite her being older. She's unfit to rule. If she comes into power, it's gonna be a coin flip. It's a massive gamble. We don't know what she'll do. Probably something volatile. The boy, the child, is politically irrelevant. He would be a figure piece on whoever truly takes over after the power scramble. Likely, we assume it's going to be a military general. It's usually how those things go historically. The regent, whoever they might be, depends on what their own alignment is. It's another gamble. We take everybody out, there's going to be a lot of chaos, which is good. The more chaotic they are, the less organized they'll be to mount a true assault on Destry, buying your city-state time to react and get acclimated to the new political situation. And it will also distract everybody in Dissel as well. Fresnoth will likely try to swoop in and fuck with the area, but that's just more pretext for an already ongoing conflict to spread. It's gonna be crazy.
I say we go and try and take out the whole family, take one of the kids hostage, take it back to Tolst, and then find a way to use that as a bargaining chip to help dissuade this war, having the only sole heir to an entire duchy.
This is true. Another thing that we have considered, which is unlikely. The Duke and Duchess are both unmarried. They have no legitimate children. But if they have spawned a heir or an illegitimate child, they could, in theory, be used as a similar figurehead. We have no proof that they do have one, but if they do, it is something to consider. But it would just be more of the same, as if the boy, the cousin or nephew, would be in charge.
Unless
So,
we hand one of
thoughts?
them over to the Overduke.
We can just bring them back and decide what to do once we are out of there. I don't think that's important. But is anybody against this slash and burn?
I
Go
think,
in, we
I
kill
think
the
the
brother
other
and sister.
I think the other option has a high chance of us missing him entirely and doesn't solve the problem. It only eliminates him. I'm in favor of the slash and burn. It may bring some political blowback to Tolst, but I think it will also bring political benefit, and if we're able to uncover any evidence of the real culprit behind this plot, it supersedes any political blowback to Tolst and its value.
That is another
Yeah.
thing. We don't know where these mushrooms came from. And we've been scrying on Duke Aldrich for a while. We've never seen him interact with whoever has produced this fungus. The more information you get from them, the better. If you can interrogate the Duke before killing him, that would be fantastic.
Oh, we can just bring him back to you and let you interrogate him if you like.
No, we can interrogate him.
No, don't.
Is that what take longers
Do not take a
in the
prisoner.
war zone?
Well, don't take a prisoner that can't be easily transported. You can sling a fucking teenager over your shoulder, have fun, but Duke Aldrich weighs 400 fucking pounds. There's no way you guys can carry him.
Ah,
He's
he's a fat one.
We can
Unless
scare
you
him
can-
into a heart attack.
Oh my goodness. It'll be very
Sever,
easy
do
to
you wish
intimidate
to
that.
fit him into your coffin? Is there enough space for the both of you?
For 400? For a 400-pound man? Probably not.
Okay.
Looks at coffin.
Question.
Oh.
We found the mushrooms growing on land adjacent to Duke Eldritch's land.
Yes.
The reason they probably separated by the river is because they don't want it to tear into the ecology of their main land. Rather, destroy the forest leading to Thorazor, that's no big deal if it spreads. But if it gets into their own, then their land is fucked. They also probably don't want their people having too much knowledge of it, considering, you know, it's a secret. We don't know how these things spread or how they keep them from spreading.
Helga, what do you think?
Yeah.
Kill the child.
Don't kill the kid. That's my only input. I think that we have a decent plan if we do this, like get him at home, and we kidnap a child as opposed to killing a child.
Of course.
Yeah,
We've done
Absolutely.
worse.
sounds good.
It'll be much safer in Toast anyways.
Think of all
Exactly.
the children Mezes killed. I mean, killed.
Don't you just want to be like a princess? Come on, Helga.
Yeah, don't you want to be a princess?
Just kill
No,
some
I want to be a
kids.
doctor.
Princess can be doctors.
Coraline
Sometimes you
mutters
need to
to
just put-
herself.
Sometimes you need to put them down for their own good.
But he's just a kid. He's my brother's age. That's like murdering my brother.
No,
You've
we
thought
won't.
about it before.
We won't kill the child. We will bring him back. He's useful to us if we bring him back alive. Don't worry.
Just don't worry about Henry. He can take care of himself.
Yeah, Henry's a badass.
You should have seen him ride this horse.
Hey,
Phasmolec's eyes like narrow. Like what? The hell are you guys doing?
I'll look at him and just shake my eyes and be like, no, don't bother.
Understood.
I have a question on our exit from this situation. After we take this slash and burn and kill the Duke and his sister and potentially take the child hostage, what is our way out? Are we forced to travel across land until we get all the way back to Destry and the Overduke?
You'll be on your own. We can't
Yeah.
risk us coming into view and identifying our airships. Because if they see, like, oh, those were Thorazorian aircraft above us rather than Tolst or Fresnoth, if we're being the most optimistic as possible, then this all blows up in our face, and Thorazor, well, our government will have no legitimacy after that.
There's no way to disguise the airship? Is it a question of design or a question of look?
We don't have time to retrofit an aircraft to
Yeah.
look different.
That makes sense.
Even now, we're wasting time that we could be pulling off this lunacy.
More or less.
Okay, in that case, I mean, we're going to throw a lot of shade onto Toast.
Oh no.
So we should be sure that our plan is very well stated. Because, you know, shade can be very bad for a city-state.
You know, after a while, it's not gonna work.
Well, that's why we have to do this plan very soon.
The
So
universe
we're
is
going
gonna
to
get sick of your bullshit, is what I'm saying.
we're going to go on a Thorazorian airship to bomb Duke Aldrich's land while we kill everyone that's over 18.
Wait, you're talking about the nuclear option? I thought we were just going in there trying to fucking sneak in and kill them rather than nuke the entire town.
No, that's what I
believe you
said that
guys
was
said
not going to work.
Yeah. I
It
believe you
was
guys said
nuclear
you wanted-
option or the option of catching him en route to the meeting.
The good old
There wasn't a third
banditry.
option.
We love our bandits and highwaymen.
But I'm more
Yeah, we should
concerned
narrow
with this
down. Yeah.
destroy everything option. So We kill everyone
Fine.
over the age of 18, possibly kidnap the younger ones, and steal everything that's valuable, and then get out on our own without an airship. Yes.
Correct.
Steal a vehicle if we
We're
can.
gonna have to hoof it.
There should be no vehicles in this part of town, though. Isn't it more of the Renaissance age?
It would probably be by horseback, but if a bomb doesn't scare one off, then
I mean,
I don't
have.
know what will.
I can carry the kids, not you, lard asses.
Can't you summon a horse? You and Antoine?
I can't summon other.
Sure I
I don't.
can.
Why would I enslave another of my semi-kind?
Thatch
Oh,
digs through his.
That looks
Thatch pulls out his
interesting, though.
notebook and digs out his
Is that
Phantom
possible?
Steed shenanigan notes from the
That'd
last
be
time.
possible.
I mean, even
If you
even
go
50 minutes.
in without cover, if you sneak in like daggers in the dark, once they are discovered, you may get a head start if nothing goes wrong. You may be able to slip in and out, kill the entire household, staff and guards in the way. He looks to Thatch and immediately knows this isn't gonna work.
No.
Or
Any
you
good working plan? Go ahead.
blitz off in the shadows that appear from the fires that will obliterate part of the town. I don't know. I assume you all are powerful enough to get out of a quick bind if a guard blocks your path, but I'm not so certain if 50 horsemen barreling towards you on horseback, you'll be able to halt their advance, as it were. So I suggest
Any
you
good-
quickly come up with a way of exfiltrating yourself and choose a route.
Well, we know the terrain. We could just steal a boat and get across the river.
Escape
that's our
routes
best
aren't
option.
too much of an issue. I can handle that fairly easily.
I mean,
I
we
like
might
the
be able.
idea. Well,
Is there a lot of boats? Could we destroy every other boat on our way out? Or is there too many boats?
The town sits on a river. Assumedly, they have many boats.
I believe this river flows north to south.
Yes.
So we would be going against the river on the way up. Do you think about crossing, coming back over here, and then taking the land route? Or do you think about taking the river all the way up?
I was kind of hoping we could go south with the river, and then, a few hours later, the airship could pick us up far enough away that they won't be seen.
I like that plan.
That sounds the best.
That
Is that a
sounds like
possibility,
the
though?
most expedient plan.
I look at Thals like, is that actually a viable plan? Can an airship come and pick us up at the end of the river?
If you have one, we're not going
Exactly.
to pick you up.
And I have a feeling the DD2, a Tolst ship known to have stolen from Fresnoth, is pretty identifiable, especially to the Destrian area.
Does the
Doesn't-
captain listen to you?
Doesn't the tyrant know
Not
somebody
really.
who has an airship they're not using currently? Maybe we could borrow it for a few days?
If you can get it here in 12 hours.
No, I mean for the pickup, not the attack. You are
So
supplying
it's
the airship
Still,
with
it'd
the
be
attack,
what,
right?
like 16 hours?
I think we could survive in the wild for a
If
short
only we
time.
brought Irithil.
But if we're caught by a lot of guards after assassinating an entire royal family, or whatever they call a royal family over in Eldritch, I think we'll be seriously in trouble. But camping out for a day or two with the wild beasts, we might get them, we might not.
Do we have the food for that?
I
I don't
have 5
think so.
days with me.
For you or all of us?
I have 5 days worth total.
We can bring food.
Did you
Where?
not
No, we
pack
can't.
food
No.
before?
No, we
Well, like-
can't actually. Not in this place. Oh,
I can find food for you guys. I can find food for up to 5 people, I think. Hold on. Can I? link that or no?
Are a
We'll look to
ranger.
Faust and like, will you provide us with rations? I know there's no food for this meeting
How?
here, but
Yeah, this
Uh,
is not the good place for that.
No, I wouldn't, because that would leave a direct requisition request, and people are going to be like, why do you need X amount of days for 6 people?
Maybe a heavy crossbow and some bolts?
I'm sure one of those can go missing.
Ah, excellent.
well, looks like we better pick up food when we drop into the house then.
Yeah.
Just have to raid the kitchen on our way out.
But do we not have enough for a few days? Like, do you not have any?
I don't have any on me right now.
There might be some on the ship that they can scrounge around on DD2. But this was supposed to be like a 2-day trip at most. Wait, no, they're dropping supplies. Yeah, they totally have fucking food.
Oh, so we can pick up food
Yeah.
from DD2, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that
Definitely.
solves the food issue. The Go
We
ahead.
still need an airship to pick us up if we really want to get picked up from the end of the river, which what airship will do it without giving away our entire thing?
The
DD2 is not an option. Thorasaur is not an option.
the meta option would be to use a sending spell and contact the raid team and have them come pick us up. To be honest, but I don't think they'll do that. So
Oh, wow, you've got a lot of mithril in this hold here! Think
you
you're
mean
gonna
we
spare
haven't
us
technically
some?
burned that bridge yet, right?
Irithil's an option, but I have a bad feeling that's not a good one.
For you,
She
it might
would've-
be. She would do
You're
anything for
still
you.
Me.
Eurothil would have been totally down for the nuclear option, just for the mere fact of it sounds like fun.
But I'm sorry,
Alright.
Julia was saying something?
Oh, not important. Where does this river go? Like, what else is on this river?
Like, where
Yeah.
does it end?
That
There's
is
nothing
the
down
end
there.
of civilized mapping. No cartographer
Okay.
goes that way.
Okay.
So spirit beasts with more spirit beasts, and then more spirit beasts on top of that.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing good.
Leech
Leech
men with
Ruins,
giant claws.
forest. John will check his world map.
For us, it was leechmen.
The map, my maps end when there are no things of worth. It actually ends pretty quickly after that. It kind of comes to a small lake area, which sort of spills out into a marshy land.
There's one map that extends through the entirety of Klovisa, though.
Yeah. The
So they probably wouldn't expect us to go there.
There is about a 20 more miles of river after the end of this map.
20 miles. Do we really want to go 20 more miles on a boat?
Yeah.
That's
long-
only 4 or 5 hours of travel if I remember the speed of the
Yeah.
river.
This is what 20 miles looks like if you're looking at the world map. Or the...
And then it sinks into the ground or something?
No,
it
goes
becomes
into a
marsh.
lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's lakey marshland.
I mean,
Not
we could
suitable
sink the
for
boat.
horses.
We could sink the boat at a certain point and get on land and hope they keep going, thinking we went even further if they chase us.
Well, hopefully they won't even know you're there.
Or maybe
Or
take an
which
extra
direction
boat
you're
and
going.
leave it on the
No.
shore somewhere.
Well, I have another thing to put in this discussion. Sever, you're not very fond of water, are you?
I used to be. Not a huge fan right now.
Does the prospect of a 20-mile boat trip worry you at all? Would we be better served to try to go overland?
I think we have to
I
hoof it at
prefer
this
the
point.
overland. 100%. I'm a much bigger fan of that. But we have done the boat trip before, so. So
Wasn't that before your transformation?
Kind of, but you know,
Well, the way I see it, we
it was dangerous.
the
It
ocean
was dangerous
will
for
kill
sure.
me.
It
The
was.
ocean, if I touch the ocean, I am just dead. But if I touch water, I am in searing, agonizing pain until I die.
I have a suggestion for this.
Right.
Remember how we got to this little town right here on the side? Why the fuck isn't it doing it? There it is. This little town where we got the mushrooms.
Mhm.
If we find a boat, why not take it across? Maybe paddle upstream, like toward, just out of sight of the city. Travel by land up through here, then go. Oh wait, we don't have a boat up to there. Never
Yep.
mind.
Yeah. The way I
Land.
see,
You know what?
the way I see it. Go ahead.
I was saying let's do it land.
Yeah.
It'll be more
Going-
dangerous for us, but
Right. If we go south along the river, there's no one to pick us up and we're going to nowhere. If we go north along the river, we're going to be spotted and we move at half speed. The quickest way to get home will be on land. And that is the easiest way to travel. Because of Paradigm's map, we can tell where the watchtowers, installations, defensive structures are and avoid them. We just need to make sure that we can, in a pinch when we land, secure some type of transportation and food, knowing that it takes 20 mile. We travel how much in a day? 24 miles?
24 to 26, yeah.
24 to 26.
Less if we're trying to be sneaky.
We
Less
should
if we're trying to be
also
sneaky.
Avoid all towns because they will inherently, likely, notice a tied-up child on a horse.
You could shove him in a coffin, Phasmalek points out.
Fair enough.
That's my first thought for a good intimidation factor if we need to interrogate somebody. Just use the coffin or the vampire. I think either one will work. Either way, it's a 3-day journey on land to get
can
back
you-
to the Overduke.
It might be possible to. We have friends in Destry that could be waiting for us at the where the river forks up north. We ran into them before on our way back. Remember?
I don't think we can get them there and contacted by then, though.
I think we're time dependent on this.
We have doesn't our communicator go for 50 miles or
5.
5 miles? Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you are wanting to carry out this assault. I will leave you all to think of your own plan and start getting my friends ready.
Can your friends, maybe during the assault, bombard the docks seriously, as if it was an important target, to give the impression we're trying to get rid of pursuit
It's
vessels?
not as though they have spotlights on all of their things, Coraline. They live in a goddamn Ren Fair.
No, good. It would
Everything
maybe
is
steer them
illuminated
towards the
by
river.
torchlight. We will be Alright. We will do our thing. You focus on your thing, right? Okay. Cool. He says, getting up, standing, and then leaving you all in his office to plot and think.
Rude. We can't take the tree lines because there's sentries in all of them.
We didn't kill them, right? No.
And leave a trail.
However, it is 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., and if we have extra time, Helga, who is being played by Julia, I want to thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. But also, I gotta ask, like, how was your experience here? What was your favorite moment? Who's your favorite character? Which party? Come on, give us some... What questions does chat have for Julia?
Rodrigo.
Ooh.
Oh, Rodrigo, that was good.
Everybody likes Rodrigo.
I very much like Jerome a lot.
Jerome's great.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like this Birdman who just wants... Well, who knows what he wants.
Yeah.
It's her best
I don't
friend.
know.
Maybe he just wants...
Best friend. Maybe.
You know?
Yeah. I think.
Meet hot
Listen,
crow
I-
people in your area.
Oh no. That's Jerome's hotness.
Ooh, good question.
Is that your question you want to lead off with?
Yeah.
Jerome's hotness is
Is
supernatural.
Aurelia just Jerome's concubine now?
No, definitely not. Jerome is actually a solid 13. You know, if you can look past the fiberglass feathers, his taloned finger. Like, he's missing this part of his digits. It just becomes nail. So, like...
If a horse can be hot, so can a crow.
True. He only has fangs. That's, you know, it's kind of cool.
He has fangs in his beak.
He doesn't
Some
have a
people
beak.
think that that's hot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Doesn't really. Hey guys, just spending my time in hell hanging out with my new boyfriend, Jerome. He's this hot, cool fucking crow guy who curses people. Helga, who is your favorite player character? And it does not have to be from this group, but it likely will be. Yeah, judge your friends.
I like everybody. Everybody's really
Judge
great.
your friends.
I just think the concept of the centaur is very fun. So. I like everybody though.
Not a real centaur.
Not a real centaur. The horse who hates himself.
He can't even be a centaur properly.
Does anyone else have any questions for Julia? Anybody?
I don't think I agreed to an interview.
No, this is an outro interview. At least for this campaign, or until we can get you back somehow.
What was your...
Back in 2 weeks to have Helga's going away party. Assuming we don't die.
John's
Yeah,
gonna be
well.
playing Helga.
I, for one, am glad that you're here to Canadian up this place, you know? It's very, very, very lack of enough Canadians, but so, you know.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have to deal with only 2 Canadians. Sorry.
Mm.
Good riddance.
What was your grand plan for Helga, if I might ask?
What was my grand plan?
Yeah,
If you had it.
if you have one.
I most certainly did not have one.
Or secrets. What secrets in her backstory?
Yeah, what secrets were you, like, hoping to fulfill with Helga?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I was gonna carry on the lying to my parents for a lot longer than I ended up doing.
I'm glad a sorority could ruin that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Did you have any plans for Aurelia?
No,
Yeah, it was-
Aurelia was based purely on vibes.
Oof. I had plans for Aurelia, but they're still in play, unfortunately.
Good.
What are your
So-
plans for Helga?
Okay, so for Helga, I was going to make her parents the what if Scarface retired rather than died in a blaze of glory. So I just this like, oh yeah, super exciting, like I'm lying to my parents about, and they're super nice and normal and disappointed, and then they just turn out to be fucking drug dealers on the run, like having faked their own fucking deaths and started anew in Tulls.
Leaving their son behind to be in the military, the dog too.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog.
Out of all the throwaway bits that I had prepared, I did not expect you all to immediately gravitate on the we need to steal this man's dog from his ex-wife, who just so happened to be the driver of an APC that we interacted with for 5 seconds. Like, I did not expect that to be the thing that defined.
You expect too much from us.
I get maybe.
It was excellent color, actually. It added something to
Sure.
the to the experience when the dog is with you and it's in. We kind of meet it. Oh, we love it, you know.
Does anybody got anything else?
It seems like you said that Helga wants to apply to medical school again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So if she does get
Is
into medical
in.
school, does she go back to adventuring one day, or she likes a medical school too much? Sorry, being a doctor.
I think if she were to get into medical school, she would get bored very, very quickly and probably quit in like a week.
You know, she's gonna miss
Go
her
back to
friends.
Orleans.
She's gonna be like, "Can I go back to being a reservist, please?"
Yeah.
I want that weird
She's
guy
everyone's
named
squad.
Sergeant Slaughter to chase me around with an axe. That's way more cool than learning about fucking foot fungus in my Burger King sandwich. Or whatever doctors do.
Athlete's foot burger.
Ugh. Well, it looks like chat doesn't have any questions for Julia, unfortunately.
No.
But it's not like we're kicking you out of a server. I'm not going to kick you out of a game either, so you can always come and look at JC's progress reports, which will undoubtedly be humorous no matter what. And, you know, don't be a stranger. Well, you know. Who knows what may happen in the future. Life circumstances changes, and if you ever want to play again, of course, we'll welcome you back.
Yeah, I'm hoping at some point I will be able to play again.
Yay!
In a few years, Henry will be able to be played.
The sequel, after everything's ended.
Yeah.
Henry.
Now that you unfortunately have to bow out, does somebody else get dibs on Henry as a player character?
Yeah.
Nobody gets
Yeah.
dibs on Henry.
Wait,
Henry is now a lore character.
Wait, he rode Paradigm. Can I have him?
If
No.
anybody wants Henry at any point, you have to ask me first.
Yes, get
Fair.
Julia to give IP privileges to some kid named Henry, so you're gonna have a stat block. Alright. Well, guys, I guess we're heading out. On Monday, we have Raid Team continuing a debacle in Nevotor's arsenal, or a switching of objectives on their end. Who knows what they plan on doing, because I sure as shit, they never talk to me. Then on Thursday, we have the Discovery Team trying to fulfill a puzzle of the Lich Wizard, the first one, Hephaestus. And then we will, you know, meet you guys back here, because Greg Hansen still is not doing his fucking thing yet. Shadow,
on
are you
hiatus.
excited to kill that Hydra with me?
Dude, if you're up for killing the Hydra as opposed to like hugging it and making it your daddy, then yeah, I'm excited to kill the Hydra with
It's
you.
my hot goth mommy, I'll have you know, and I'm gonna put her
Fair
in
enough.
the ground. If anyone's killing that Hydra, it's gonna be me.
Man,
Alright,
Oh,
guys.
I'm down with it.
Loosely sexual.
Yeah, me and Greg, massive sexual energy. Anyway, we're gonna go now. I'll fucking leave that one before that gets clipped. So see you later, everybody! Peace out!
Bye.
Bye!
Flip you. Bye, Joel.